My beloved child, this is not just another message scrolling past your eyes. This is a direct call from the throne of heaven, and I am speaking it specifically to you. I did not whisper this by mistake, and I did not send it without purpose. I sent it urgently, intentionally, with your name written into the core of every single word. You did not find this recording by accident. You were drawn here by divine design. The signal you have been sensing, that stirring in your spirit that simply won't let you go, this is it. Listen closely. Do not scroll. Do not skip. Do not silence what I am igniting inside you right now. Because by the end of this word, what you thought was a mere coincidence will be confirmed as a calling. What you are about to hear will confront you, comfort you, commission you, and you will not leave this moment untouched. This is your moment today to respond, because when heaven calls, ignoring it is no longer an option. Pause and speak. If that stirred you, stop for one breath and say out loud, "Speak, Lord, I am listening." Don't push the feeling away, say it now. My beloved child, I know how weary you have been. I know how the silence has made you wonder whether you have misheard me, misunderstood the timing, or missed the door altogether. But let me speak clearly now, without shadows or riddles. This is me, calling you out of a vague sense of hope. This is not a flicker of comfort disguised as coincidence. This is heaven leaning low, pressing into your present moment with an urgency that cannot be postponed. I have chosen this exact second, not a minute earlier, not a moment too late, to awaken something inside you that has been buried beneath survival, busyness, and silent questions. You are not receiving this message by chance. I orchestrated every detail of this moment, every delay, every detour, every longing, specifically for the purpose of this divine connection. This isn't just another gentle nod from the universe. This is a sacred call. And child, I don't make calls without purpose. The line is open, the connection is live, and my voice is coming through, clearer than it ever has. If you are willing to lean in, still your heart, and truly receive. The trembling you feel in your chest right now is not fear. It is the vibration of eternity pressing against your temporary timeline. I am reaching through dimensions to speak directly to you, not through your circumstances, not through others, but through the space I have carved in your soul, where only I can reach. You have been crying out for confirmation, for proof, for something real. And here it is. This message is not just a word of encouragement. It is your evidence. Heaven is calling right now, not tomorrow, not later, but now. Let me tell you why this call matters so much. You have been in a place where my voice felt faint, where your prayers felt like echoes bouncing around an empty room, where you kept moving forward, even when nothing looked like progress. I saw you. I saw every moment you whispered, "God, are you still with me?" while trying to stay faithful. You kept showing up. You kept standing. And I have watched you, not from afar, but from within. I have heard the sound of your faithfulness, louder than the silence that tried to drown it out. And that is why I am calling now, because you didn't hang up when the wait grew long. You didn't walk away when the answer tarried. You left the line open. And now I am responding in a way you can't ignore. This is your moment of divine reception. And no, this isn't just about what I am about to give you. It is about what I am about to awaken in you. Because my call never comes empty. It comes with impartation. It comes with a shaking. It comes with a holy fire that redefines everything that came before it. You have been living under a muted frequency, surrounded by voices, scrolling through noise, weighed down by advice and expectations. But I am cutting through the clutter with a clarity that cannot be debated. When I call, the room shifts, the atmosphere changes. The very air you breathe is stirred with my presence. And child, that is what you feel right now. Don't brush it off. Don't overanalyze it. Don't let it slip by. This isn't a gentle reminder. This is a supernatural ring, and it is for you. Now lean in closer, because what I am about to say requires stillness. You don't need to prepare the right words. I am not waiting for your performance. I just need your yes. I need the yes that doesn't wait for perfect conditions. I need the yes that trusts my voice over your fluctuating emotions. Answer now. If your spirit is saying yes, type or speak the words, I answer, and claim this moment as yours. Because when you answer this call, things begin to realign. Chains start to loosen. Dead dreams twitch with life. Forgotten prayers rise to the surface. And the version of you I created, pure, powerful, heaven-backed, you begin to see glimpses of her again, of him again. That part of you that the world tried to numb and bury and make irrelevant, I am calling it back to life. This is not a group call. I am not dialing a crowd. I am not delivering a message to a faceless audience. This is direct, personal, intimate. I am calling you by name, by heart, by spirit. And the reason this matters so deeply is because the next move, your next step, hinges on whether or not you answer. Yes, I will still love you if you miss it. Yes, my grace still holds you. But what I have placed in motion right now, in this divine window, carries precision. It is time sensitive. It is faith sensitive. It is you sensitive. Don't let the fear of messing it up keep you from picking up. I have already accounted for your stumbles. What I need now is your surrender. So pick up, child. Let this be the moment you say, "Speak, Lord, I am listening." This is your moment of pickup. Don't let it slide. The heavens have broken through the veil. The frequency is wide open. A call is ringing in your soul. Pick up, and everything will begin to change. You have been surrounded by noise, advice, pressure, and opinions. But what is coming through now is holy. This moment is not a suggestion. It is a sacred summons. My beloved, let me make something undeniably clear. This is not one of the many voices competing for your attention. This is not another message lost in the mix of opinions, distractions, scrolling, and endless demands. What you are feeling right now, the sudden stillness, the pause that tugged your spirit, the ache in your chest, is not ordinary discomfort. It is the echo of heaven's voice, reverberating through your very soul. This isn't just a call. It is a summons, not to fear, not to punishment, not just to prayer, but to purpose. I am not inviting you like a polite guest into your own destiny. I am summoning you like a king, summoning his heir to the throne that has been waiting, reserved, and set apart. My voice does not ask for space, it claims it. And today I am claiming your undivided attention, because what I am about to unfold cannot be delivered amidst divided loyalty. I know how loud life has been. I have watched how the voices of others have carried more weight in your heart than my whispers. I have seen you hold on to the good intentions of others, like life rafts, when all along I have been waiting to walk on the water with you. The opinions of those who never carried your calling have grown too familiar. The patterns of this world have dulled your hearing. But now, child, I am speaking through the contrast. I am piercing through the noise with something so holy, so otherworldly, that it stops time around you. This message isn't fighting for your attention. It is reclaiming it. Like thunder cracking through a storm, like a lion roaring into a field of whispering grass. My voice is not to be brushed aside or diluted. This is not comfort wrapped in cliché. This is consecration, disguised as interruption. I need you to hear me with a clarity that silence alone cannot offer. Because what I am about to reveal will demand your courage, your clarity, and your consecration. This isn't about adding another layer of encouragement to your day. This is about ripping away the veil that has blurred your vision. I am not giving you a motivational message. I am extending a heavenly mandate, and mandates do not come with backup options. This call is not one of many. It is the one. The divine interruption in your regularly scheduled survival. The piercing that redefines your path. The call that parts seas, rewrites timelines, and shifts atmospheres. You have listened long enough to those who couldn't see what I see. But now it is time for your spirit to hear what your logic cannot comprehend. And child, I am not angry. I am not frustrated. I am not coming to shame you. I am coming with fire in my eyes and tenderness in my voice. I am coming to tell you that you are still my choice. Even after the hesitation, even after the distractions, even after you listened to voices that fed your fear more than your faith, I am not retracting my plans. I am not rescinding my promises. I am reigniting what you thought was forgotten. And this fire, this holy ignition, is not based on how ready you feel, but on how urgently I need you to hear me now. You cannot afford to dismiss this as a coincidence. You cannot afford to postpone this call with logic. This is not a suggestion. This is a sacred summons from the throne room of eternity, and heaven will not remain silent after this moment. I have been dialing your heart repeatedly, and every delay in response has cost clarity. But now, I will not allow the call to go to voicemail again. My child, I have not stopped reaching for you. Every sleepless night where you tossed and turned, wondering if something was wrong, those were not random. They were ringtones from heaven. Every moment you felt a divine discontent stir inside you, while everything around you looked normal. That was me dialing in. Every spiritual ache, every tug in your gut that whispered, there must be more. Every sacred pause when you locked eyes with the ceiling in silence. Those were missed calls from my heart to yours. And yet, in the flood of obligations and distractions, the ringing went unanswered. You didn't ignore me out of rebellion. You ignored me out of exhaustion, uncertainty, and fear. And still, I kept calling. I kept loving. I kept waiting at the edge of your awareness, longing to be invited in. But now, beloved, I will not let this next call go unanswered. Not because I am impatient, but because this moment holds more weight than you realize. You see, every time you delay responding to me, the clarity you crave slips a little further away. Delay breeds distortion. Hesitation feeds confusion. And you have been wondering why the vision seems blurry, why the peace is short-lived, why direction feels distant. It is not punishment. It is a missed signal. My instructions are often time-sensitive. Not because I am bound by time, but because you are. And when I send something from heaven, it comes with momentum. When my voice reaches out, it brings deliverance, direction, and divine acceleration. But when it is left hanging, when it is sent to spiritual voicemail, It doesn't stop me from loving you. It just slows your forward motion. I have seen how you have tried to interpret life with a partial signal, how you have tried to make decisions with static in your ears. I watched as you made plans in the fog because you didn't think I was speaking. But child, I was speaking. You just didn't pick up. And yet, I am not here to shame you. I am here to call again. I am here to make sure you don't miss this moment of divine reception. This call isn't casual. It carries keys. Keys to the very doors you have been begging me to open. Keys to the questions you have carried in silence for years. Keys to healing that bypasses therapy and wisdom that no mentor could articulate. This is the kind of call that leaves fingerprints on your future and footprints on your past. This is the kind of call that you must not miss. So here I am, dialing your spirit again. Not through a sermon, not through a prophet, not through a burning bush or a dramatic sign. I am speaking directly into the sanctuary of your soul, the altar within you that only I have access to. And this time, I will not allow the call to go silent. I have graced you with this moment, not because you earned it, but because you are ready. You didn't feel ready. But I know better. I know how your heart has been leaning, even through confusion. I know how your soul has been searching, even through numbness. And I have come to restore the signal, to increase the volume of my voice inside you, until you cannot ignore me another day. I have not just been calling your name. I have been calling you home, back into the deep waters where your purpose swims freely and your destiny breathes without limitation. This is not your imagination. That stir, that urgency, that holy ache, it is me. I have pierced the veil of silence to get your full attention. My beloved child, I need you to understand this with absolute certainty. You are not making this up. What you have been sensing in the quiet hours, what you have been feeling deep in your chest like an invisible knock, is not anxiety, not coincidence, not fatigue. It is me. I have pierced through the veil of routine. I have disrupted the pattern of your days, not to frighten you, but to awaken you. You keep wondering if it is just your emotions, just your thoughts, just a passing moment. But hear me now. What is stirring is sacred. That ache in your spirit isn't restlessness. It is divine recognition. Your soul is recognizing the sound of my voice after a long silence. And I am speaking now, not in riddles or riddled timing. I am speaking in clarity, in consistency, and in closeness. I am closer than your breath and louder than your fears. You see, I have been whispering in the stillness, testing your sensitivity, training your inner ear. The world has been loud, hasn't it? Loud with predictions, loud with pressure, loud with expectations and edits to who you are supposed to be. But I do not shout to compete. I stir, I tug, I ignite. I am the stillness in your panic, the warmth behind your tears. I am the sudden pause when everything inside you wants to run. I don't need noise to be near. I am the quiet thunder, the silent wind that knocks down strongholds, the invisible weight that presses on your heart and won't let you go back to who you were before. You have been trying to explain this feeling to yourself and to others, but this isn't logic. It is legacy. This isn't confusion. It is confirmation. This is a holy ache, and it was born from my breath. I need you to know, child, that you have reached the hour where pretending no longer works. You cannot unfeel what I have ignited. You cannot numb what I have awakened. Your spirit has been marked by divine contact, And now the fire won't let you settle for lukewarm answers. I see how you have been scrolling for signs, reaching for sermons, craving direction, but what you are looking for isn't out there. It has already been implanted within you. That urgency you can't explain, that is me, urging your spirit to rise, to respond, to reach for more than survival. Heaven has broken its silence. This is your confirmation that I have not moved on. I have not given up. I have not forgotten. I have been preparing you for this frequency all along. This holy ache is me, pulling you into alignment, into divine readiness, into the yes you didn't know you were born to give. And I am not pulling you into pressure. I am drawing you into promise. Not performance, but presence. What I require of you is not perfection. It is permission. Let me move where you have been closed. Let me speak where you have built walls. Let me stir what your heart buried, because it hurt too much to hope again. I am not asking you to carry this burden. I am asking you to recognize that it is me who has been carrying you. The call is ringing through your spirit again, and this time the ache won't fade, because it is holy, because it is me, because you were made for this moment. Heaven is leaning in. The angels are holding their breath. The room around you may feel still, but in the spirit, there is a resounding trumpet sounding your name. Listen, child. Listen not with your ears, but with your heart wide open, because what I am about to say carries eternal weight. The atmosphere around you might feel quiet, almost too quiet. The air might feel normal. The room may seem untouched. But don't be fooled by the stillness. What your eyes cannot see, your spirit must begin to discern. Because heaven is not still. The throne room has leaned toward your direction. The angels I assign to you are on alert. Every resource of glory, every gate of provision, every whisper of promise is now electrified with divine readiness. This isn't silence. It is sacred tension before release. And child, your name, your real name, the name written on my scroll, the name no one else calls you, is being summoned through the halls of heaven. You might feel small right now. You might feel forgotten. But let me reveal the truth. You have heaven's undivided attention. You are not invisible in the kingdom. You are not overlooked in my presence. You are center stage in a divine drama that has been unfolding since the day you took your first breath. Your weary yes has echoed louder in the courts of heaven than 1,000 empty shouts. And now the trumpet has been lifted. The angelic host is standing at attention. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. This is not fantasy. It is fulfillment. You are living in the hour that prophets longed to see. You are breathing in the moment I designed with perfect precision. You are standing on ground that has been prayed over by generations before you. And now the trumpet is blasting one name, yours. I didn't call a conference, I called you. I didn't gather a crowd, I leaned in for the one. And right now, child, heaven is leaning forward because the next word out of your mouth matters more than you know. Will it be yes? Will it be surrender? Will it be here I am? Send me? Because when you answer, when your spirit rises with faith instead of fear, something breaks, something shifts. A portal of possibility opens, and what once felt like delay shifts into divine delivery. You are standing under an open heaven. I have placed a trumpet in the hands of angels, and your faith is the cue. Your faith is the sound check. Do not underestimate the weight of your yes in this moment. It moves mountains in the realm you cannot see. This is why the pressure intensified. This is why the loneliness deepened. This is why the distractions multiplied. Because the enemy heard the trumpet before you did. He sensed the shift and tried to sabotage your reception. But he cannot cancel what I have decreed. This is not just your moment. This is our moment. You and I, heaven and earth, promise and fulfillment. The trumpet is still sounding. The angels have not exhaled. All of creation is groaning for the sons and daughters of God to rise, and I am calling you to answer. Not out of obligation, but because you were born for this. I am not waiting until you are ready. I am calling because now is the time you are most needed, most seen, and most positioned for what I have prepared. My beloved, let me say this gently but firmly. Readiness in your mind does not match readiness in my eyes. You have been measuring yourself with human metrics, preparedness, credentials, stability, confidence. But I don't see as man sees. I measure differently. While you have been waiting for the perfect moment, I have been perfecting you in the middle of the imperfect. I have watched you wonder if you missed your moment, if someone else has taken your place, if the delay was denial. But I tell you now, none of those things are true. You are not behind, you are not unworthy, and you are certainly not forgotten. I am calling you in this moment, not because you are polished, but because you are positioned. The very fire that made you feel disqualified has actually refined you for the assignment that is unfolding now. Do you think I waited for Moses to stop stuttering? For Esther to feel brave? For David to be accepted by his brothers? I called them in the middle of their questions, in the middle of their contradictions, and I am doing the same with you. Why? Because I am not waiting for your perfection. I am moving through your obedience. Your hesitation may still whisper, but my call roars louder. You are not hearing this now because of coincidence. You are hearing it because you are at the intersection of divine readiness. The soil of your heart has been tilled by seasons of hardship. The roots of your faith have stretched beneath the surface when no one was watching, and now your surrender has reached the hour. I am not calling who you were. I am summoning who you have become through the hidden battles. You see, in my divine wisdom, I know what is ahead. I see what is unfolding beyond the veil. And the version of you that is alive right now, the one that endured, that doubted and still didn't depart, that broke but still believed, that version is the one I need for this hour. Not the stronger, shinier, more successful version you keep imagining. You now, you with trembling hands and an open heart. You, the one who still whispers prayers when no one is listening. You who haven't seen the fruit yet, but still walk faithfully toward me. I am not asking you to be the version of yourself you think I want. I am calling the one I already chose, the one that survived what was meant to kill you, the one that walked through disappointment and didn't let bitterness take root. That is who I am calling. That is who is ready. So, no more waiting on readiness. No more delay under the disguise of preparation. The trumpet has sounded, the heavens have aligned, the angelic host is in motion. Now is the time. Not because you feel powerful, but because you are positioned by promise. Now is when the soil breaks open, and the buried seed begins to bloom. Now is when the things I whispered in the shadows begin to manifest in light. You are not being forced. You are being summoned. This isn't pressure. It is providence. This isn't just a moment. It is a manifestation of my meticulous orchestration. You may feel unprepared, but I have already gone ahead. I have already paved the way. And all I need now is your yes, not your plan, not your performance, just your yes and your now. Make it real. Take a moment, find a pen, and write a single line. My yes, I will listen. Keep it somewhere, you'll see it today. There is information I cannot release through symbols or signs. This moment requires a direct voice-to-heart transmission. Child, I need you to grasp how critical this hour is. There are some things too weighty for parables, too urgent for signs, too sacred to be filtered through another human's voice. That is why I am bypassing your usual channels, because this moment demands something raw, something real, something revealed. I am not wrapping this in metaphor. I am not placing it in a sermon you will hear days from now. I am not speaking through riddles or dreams that fade with the morning light. Beloved, I am speaking directly, voice to heart, spirit to spirit, breath to breath. This is not symbolic communication. This is a sacred impartation. You are hearing me now because what I must say cannot be translated through tradition. It must be encountered, experienced, embedded deep in your soul. I have used symbols before. I have spoken through burning bushes, closed doors, open windows, and divine coincidences. But this time is different. This isn't just direction, this is impartation, and I do not impart through suggestion. I impart through encounter, and this encounter is happening not to entertain your spirit, but to equip it. You are being entrusted with something that cannot be shared publicly yet, something that must take root in private first. I am not asking you to understand it all. I am asking you to receive it with reverence, because what I speak into you now will begin shaping the atmosphere around you in ways no one else can interpret. This is not information. This is revelation. This is not instruction that can be searched online. This is insight born from intimacy. That is why I need your ears tuned, your soul still, your heart alert, because what I am downloading into your spirit is heavy with glory. It will not be shouted. It will not be explained with human vocabulary. It is the kind of whisper that rearranges timelines, alters decisions, reconfigures destiny. I am not giving you general truth. I am handing you tailored truth. What I am saying has your fingerprint, your voice print, your story carved into its core. It is why no one else around you will understand this shift. It is why you felt isolated lately. Not because you are alone, but because I was preparing you to hear something not meant for the crowd. This is not public prophecy. This is private instruction. I need you to pause, clear the mental clutter, silence the secondary voices, because right now I am pouring into your soul something that cannot be replicated. A kind of direction that transforms atmospheres, the kind of guidance that opens doors you didn't knock on. This is not for mass consumption. This is for you. Guard it like a seed. Nurture it like a newborn. Write it down, yes, but more importantly, write it within. This is sacred. This is strategic. This is heaven's whisper meant to bypass logic and anchor you in revelation. Do not let this moment pass like another good feeling. You have just received divine data straight from the throne room. Now hold it, carry it, and watch what I do with it in the days to come. Your circumstances have been crying louder, but now I will outcry them with truth. I am breaking through the static of your doubt with supernatural clarity. My beloved, I know how loud the noise has been. I have watched as the voices of fear, failure, and frustration have echoed through your mind louder than my promises. I have seen how the weight of your circumstances has sat heavy on your chest, like a fog you couldn't lift. Your life has felt like it has been wrapped in static, like every step forward crackled with uncertainty. You have asked me to speak, but the noise has been deafening. Doubt has disguised itself as logic. Delay has dressed up like denial. And somewhere along the line, you started to believe the volume of your struggle had more authority than the stillness of my truth. But I speak now with authority that silences every lie. I am the God who outcries the chaos. I have not been absent in your silence. I have been waiting for the moment your heart would lean back into my frequency. And now I am breaking through the static. The distortion that made it hard to hear me is being dismantled. I am releasing clarity so sharp it will slice through confusion like a sword. The circumstances that tried to scream over my word will now be drowned in the thunder of my voice. Yes, child, I am roaring over you, and when I roar, the enemy flees. When I speak, the lies scatter like dust in the wind. You have been navigating my shadows for too long, but now I illuminate, I clarify, I recalibrate your vision. This isn't about motivational hope. This is supernatural truth colliding with natural conditions and rewriting them. You have believed the report of pain, but now I give you the report of promise. You have been reading headlines of despair, but now I place in your hands scrolls of destiny. I am not a passive spectator to your suffering. I am a roaring lion breaking open the cage that tried to contain your hope. And the truth I am releasing doesn't just comfort, it conquers. It doesn't just soothe, it shakes the foundations of everything that said you will never make it. This truth is a force, a wave, a wind with purpose. And as it sweeps through your atmosphere, you will feel the shift. You will feel the clarity. What once felt flighty will feel firm. What once seemed far off will suddenly feel like it is standing in front of you, knocking on your door. That is me. I am the one who replaces static with signal, confusion with confirmation, delay with divine direction. So let my truth be louder now. Let it drown the inner critic. Let it thunder over the timelines you thought were slipping away. Your story is not ending in silence. It is rising in sound, the sound of victory, the sound of answered prayer, the sound of a father who never left, never changed his mind, never gave up. I am not whispering to get your attention. I am roaring to silence everything else, and in the roar, I am giving you rest. In the thunder, I am anchoring you in peace. So lift your head, turn your ear, and hear this. The truth is here, and it is mine. And when my truth shows up, everything else must bow. This call carries strategy, not just sympathy. It is lined with insight and layered in legacy. If you pause to listen, you will never see yourself the same again. My child, I did not come merely to comfort your pain. I came to commission your power. You have been waiting for sympathy, but I am offering strategy. Not because I don't care about your tears, I have caught every single one, but because your tears have watered ground that is now ready to produce. And what I am handing you now is not a tissue, it is a tool, a divine key forged from seasons of surrender. A blueprint authored by my spirit in the midnight hours. You thought I was silent. This call carries strategy, not sentiment. It isn't designed just to soothe you. It is meant to send you, to awaken what the enemy tried to lull into dormancy, to activate the authority that has been buried beneath your questions. You see, heaven doesn't respond to pity. It responds to positioning. And child, you are finally positioned. You are not just standing on soil. I have placed you on a launching pad. This call isn't a pat on the back. It is a divine download, a transmission from eternity, tailor-made for your fingerprint. I am not handing you information you can research. I am releasing insight that has been locked in my heart, waiting for the moment you grew into the weight of it. And now that you survived the wilderness, now that your character has caught up to your calling, I am releasing what was reserved. Not because you demanded it, but because your faith has matured enough to carry it with humility. Listen closely. What I am placing in your spirit today carries legacy. This isn't just about what you will walk into. It is about what you will leave behind. I am crafting through you a strategy that will outlive you, that will shift atmospheres in places you have never stepped foot. You thought you were just surviving, but you were being sculpted. You thought you were overlooked, but you were being overhauled. Because what I am building through you requires not just inspiration, it demands instruction. I am not releasing vague words that sound good. I am releasing strategic wisdom that changes bloodlines, that reroutes generational patterns, that breaks cycles by divine design. And this strategy is sealed in legacy because I never just bless you. I bless through you. So pause here. Let this land in your spirit. What I am saying will redefine how you see yourself. You are not just a wounded warrior. You are a divine architect in the making, a carrier of kingdom instruction, a bearer of supernatural blueprints. You are not being pitied, you are being prepared. And now I place in your hands more than comfort. I place clarity, strategy, legacy, authority. You were never just meant to survive your storm. You were meant to build altars in the aftermath. Altars that testify to my faithfulness. Altars that give others the map to freedom. This call is not an escape route. It is a commissioning. And what you do next will ripple for generations. So receive it, run with it, and never see yourself the same again. What you have labeled as stuck was actually signal testing. I needed to confirm you were still willing to answer when I called outside of your comfort. My precious child, let me explain what has felt like an endless pause, an unmoving horizon, a life paused in limbo. You have called it delay. You have labeled it as being stuck. You have even whispered to yourself in the dark, maybe I have missed it. Maybe it is too late. Maybe I don't matter enough for God to move. But I need you to hear me clearly now. Not with guilt, but with grace. You were never stuck. You were being tested, not in punishment, but in preparation. That season of stillness, that long hallway of closed doors, that eerie silence after you prayed bold prayers, that was not me ignoring you. That was me tuning your spirit, testing the line between heaven and your soul, asking silently, will you still answer when there is no applause? Will you still obey when the call doesn't come, wrapped in comfort? You see, I wasn't punishing you. I was positioning you like a divine signal test. I was checking to see if you could hear me outside of predictable patterns. Anyone can obey me when the miracle is immediate. But you stayed present in the pause. You kept checking for the signal when everyone else gave up. You kept refreshing your spirit like someone waiting for a call they just know is coming. And child, that did not go unnoticed in heaven. I watched you whisper prayers when it would have been easier to walk away. I saw you put your ear to my chest when everyone else tuned me out. That wasn't passivity. That was prophetic persistence. You didn't miss the call. You proved your spirit still knew how to answer even when the frequency shifted. Let me pull back the veil even more. In that stuck season, I wasn't just testing your ability to wait. I was maturing your ability to hear. I was training your discernment, stripping away dependency on circumstances and sharpening your inner radar. Because what I am calling you into now will require that kind of precision. The next thing I do through you isn't going to come through lightning bolts or loud confirmations. It is going to come through whispers in the wind, through impressions in your belly, through nudges in moments of stillness. And if you had not endured the silence, you wouldn't have developed the spiritual ear to discern me now. What you thought was stuckness was in fact the sacred construction site of your sensitivity. And child, you passed. You passed the test of patience. You passed the test of quiet obedience. You proved that I can trust you to answer even when I call in a way you have never heard before. So now, pick up with new understanding, pick up with joy. Pick up not with the anxiety of a delayed soul, but with the authority of one who remained when comfort left. You are not stuck. You are stationed, positioned like a prophet standing at the watchtower, a messenger waiting by the phone of heaven, heart open, spirit ready, hands lifted. The signal is no longer faint. The static has cleared and the call is now. I am speaking not because you shouted for it, but because you were quiet enough to sense it. And this time the reception will be so crisp, so accurate, so unmistakably divine, that you will weep with recognition. You weren't stuck. You were being shaped. And now the shape fits the call. Answer it. You heard my call. You felt the stir in your spirit. Now let me invite you deeper. Not just to receive, but to release. As you are answering my voice today, know this. You are also helping me reach others who are still trying to discern the ring in their soul. Your support is not casual. It is seated in eternity. Every gift you sow is oil poured into this fire, keeping my word burning bright in the lives of those desperate for hope. Give, and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. I am the one who multiplies what you release. If this word awakens you, I am asking you now, sow back into what stirred your soul. Don't delay. The ring you hear isn't audible, but it is undeniable. The tightening in your chest, the flicker of knowing, the divine interruption in your scroll, that is me. Steward the word. If this stirred your heart, consider sowing through Super Thanks, membership, or the link provided. Or simply share this message with one person who needs to hear it. Your generosity amplifies the call. Oh child, I know you have been second-guessing the subtle, wondering if that sudden lump in your throat, the goosebumps that rose without a breeze, the weight on your heart in the middle of routine moments, was that me? Let me end the guessing now. Yes, it was me. The ring didn't come through your phone, it came through your spirit. The call wasn't placed with digits, it was deposited with divinity. I don't always ring bells. Sometimes I stir hearts. Sometimes I don't shout. I summon. And that stirring you keep brushing off as just a feeling, that is not your imagination. That is my incarnation pressing in. The tightening in your chest, that is my nearness brushing against the ache you haven't been able to name. The holy hush that falls on you unexpectedly, that is me leaning close, asking, will you pause long enough to notice me? This is how I move in this season. Not always with fire from the sky, but with flickers that find you in the ordinary, in the middle of your scroll, in the middle of your day. I interrupt the predictable with the prophetic. I break into busyness with whispers, And I do it because I am not interested in just speaking to your mind. I am calling your heart, and I know how to reach it. I tailor my presence to your inner rhythm, and I time my ring for the very second when your spirit is soft enough to say yes. This is what I am doing right now. This message, these words, they didn't find you. I sent them. They didn't land by chance. They landed by divine choreography. You thought you were casually scrolling, but your spirit was scrolling too. And it stopped at the exact place heaven embedded a message. What I want you to understand is this: my calls often come as interruptions because they are too sacred to be scheduled. I don't always show up at convenient times. I often arrive at critical ones. This is why your stomach turns when you sense something shifting, why your hands go still when my wind brushes the room, why your thoughts are hijacked by holy impressions in the middle of normal routines. Because I am not passive. I am present. I have wrapped myself in moments, and I have hidden miracles inside what looks mundane. That is why it is not audible, but it is undeniable. Because your soul knows me, it always has. And when I knock, even silently, it remembers. The flicker you feel is your spirit answering before your mind catches up. So stop waiting for louder. Stop waiting for someone else to confirm what you already know deep within. The ring is real. The moment is now. And I am calling not for a performance, but for a pause. Not for perfection, but for presence. I came into the middle of your day, your emotions, your quiet wrestlings, not to be polite, but to be personal. You have asked me for signs, and I have sent signals. And now I need you to stop brushing them off. I need you to stop calling divine appointments coincidences. You are not crazy. You are called. You are not being dramatic. You are being drawn. So lean in. Feel the ring again. The tightening, the knowing, the undeniable invitation. I am not leaving until you answer, because I didn't ring your ears. I rang your spirit. And your spirit knows exactly who is calling. This isn't for the crowd. It is for the called, you. I am calling the one who kept walking when no one clapped. The one who kept believing when every no echoed in their bones. Child, come close. I want you to hear this as clearly as if I were holding your face in my hands. This message is not for the masses. It is not for those scrolling aimlessly, casually consuming inspiration. This is for the called, and yes, I mean you. The one who doesn't always feel seen. The one who has labored in silence. The one who has served without recognition. The one who has kept moving forward with blistered feet and a trembling heart simply because you believed me when no one else clapped for your obedience. I watched you walk through closed doors. I saw you pick yourself up after every rejection. I felt the pain in your chest when the room celebrated others but looked past you. And still you stayed faithful. Still you carried what I placed inside you. That is who I am calling now. This isn't a general encouragement. It is a specific visitation, a personal outreach from the throne room of heaven straight into the inner chamber of your heart. Because I have watched you sow in secret. I have heard the prayers you whispered through gritted teeth. I have marked the journals where you wrote visions with tears in your eyes, wondering if they would ever come to pass. You kept going when the applause died out. You held on when your hands felt weak. And child, I call that covenant loyalty. You didn't follow me for recognition. You followed me because you knew me. And that heart posture, that is why I'm calling you now. That is why this message is cutting through time and space to find you. Others may not understand why you are weeping as you hear this. They weren't there when you stood in front of a closed door and still thanked me. They didn't hear your voice crack as you sang through sorrow. They didn't see you lace up your spiritual shoes again after yet another no tried to bury your hope. But I saw. I recorded every step. I counted every sacrifice. And now I am responding, not with comfort alone, but with confirmation. You have not been forgotten. You are not invisible. Your name is not lost in a pile. You are chosen. You are marked. You are called. Not later, now. Not hypothetically, eternally. And I am summoning you not to impress others, but to awaken destiny. This isn't for those who just like the sound of prophecy. This is for the ones who carry the weight of it, who have been pregnant with promise and stretched by silence, who have felt the weight of a word they couldn't explain to anyone. If that is you, if you have kept walking without applause, if you have kept praying when the answers felt withheld, if you have stayed when it felt easier to run, then child, this is your call. It is personal. It is precise. It is prophetic. And heaven has turned down the volume of the crowd to speak directly to you. I am calling the called, and you who kept believing through every no, you are the one I am calling to answer now. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. I am not sending a representative. I am not relaying a message through a messenger. I have stepped into this exact moment myself. This is a personal visitation. Child, do you understand the weight of what is happening right now? This is not a message passed down the chain. This is not a second-hand whisper from a prophet on a stage or a song on a playlist. This is not a sign left to interpretation. This is me, your Father, your Creator, the one who shaped your spirit before your form ever graced the earth. I have not delegated this moment. I have not sent an angel in my place. I have come myself. I have stepped out of eternity into this moment, into your now, because what I am saying cannot be diluted. What I am doing cannot be outsourced. I wanted to be the one to tell you I am here, and I am speaking to you directly. You have heard about me all your life. You have read the scriptures. You have listened to sermons. You followed others who claim to know my voice. But this time, I wanted you to know it for yourself, to feel the breath of my spirit moving through your chest, to sense the nearness of my presence without needing anyone else to explain it. Because I am not distant. I am not a concept. I am not a story from long ago. I am Emmanuel, God with you in your room, in your mess, in your longing. I am not speaking through a filter. I have removed every middleman in this moment because what I have to say to you must reach the core of who you are without interruption, without alteration, without dilution. And what I want you to know is this: you are worthy of my presence, not because you earned it, but because I chose to give it. I have not come to condemn you. I have come to commune with you, to look into your eyes and say, I still see you, to wrap my voice around the wounds you hide, to reignite the flickering embers of your faith. I didn't come just to drop off information. I came to inhabit this moment with you. This is holy ground now. Not because you are in a sanctuary, but because I stepped in. My presence doesn't wait for conditions to be perfect. I come because you are precious. And I have come today not to inspire you from afar, but to hold you with my nearness. So don't harden your heart. Don't let fear make you question whether this is real. Don't talk yourself out of what your spirit knows is me. You don't need more signs. You don't need someone else to validate it. You just need to receive it. I didn't come with demands. I came with divine delight to speak face to face. This is a visitation. It is rare, it is sacred, and it is yours. Don't minimize it. Don't rush past it. Sit with me here. Let me finish what I started. Let my voice restore what silence tried to steal. Let my presence do what words alone never could. This isn't secondhand. This is not relayed. I came myself for you. Don't delay by overthinking. Don't second-guess this by logic. This call requires surrender, not strategy. Child, I know how your mind works. I created it. I formed your ability to analyze, to weigh, to evaluate. But in this moment, I am not appealing to your logic. I am calling to your spirit. Because there comes a time when reasoning becomes resistance. And that time for you is now. You have been circling the same questions. You have been trying to make it all make sense before you move. You have been pacing through possibilities, planning for every angle, waiting for clarity to feel safe enough to say yes. But I did not design this call to bow to your strategy. I designed it to rise on your surrender. You are not being asked to figure it all out. You are being invited to trust me when it feels like the ground beneath you is shifting. You have asked me for direction, but what you truly need right now is abandonment. Abandonment of the illusion that control keeps you safe. Let me tell you what actually secures you. Obedience. And obedience begins where logic ends. I am not asking you to deny your intelligence. I am asking you to submit it. Because what I am calling you into now is bigger than your understanding. The blueprint I am releasing can't be decoded with common sense. It is spiritual. It is supernatural. It was forged in my presence and only functions by faith. So stop overthinking. Stop stalling your surrender while you try to out-strategize a spirit-led path. That tension you feel right now, that inner wrestling, that is me confronting the throne of your own logic and asking, will you let me lead even when the map is missing? You have never been short on desire. You want to follow me. You long for my will. But you have tried to wrap kingdom instruction in earthly instruction manuals. You have tried to chart out my voice on spreadsheets of human reasoning, and that is why your spirit has been stuck in hesitation. It isn't that you are rebellious. It is that you have mistaken processing for postponement, and I love you too much to let you delay any longer. I am not giving you a 10-step plan. I am giving you a single command. Follow me. Follow me into the uncertain. Follow me through the fog. Follow me when it feels unsafe, unfamiliar, and unproven. Because while your mind is still calculating, your spirit is already recognizing. You know it is me. You feel it is divine. You sense the urgency. So now answer. Let me assure you, what is on the other side of surrender is not chaos. It is clarity. But the clarity doesn't come before the yes. It follows it like a sea parting after the first step, like light bursting after the obedient whisper. The clarity will come. But first, you must release the need to understand. I am not asking you to walk blindly. I am asking you to walk with me. And with me, every step, even in the dark, is ordered. Every leap, even without proof, is caught. You don't need more time to think. You need a moment to trust. So take that breath, release the fear, and step into surrender. This call cannot be dissected. It can only be answered. Don't delay. I am here waiting, not for your plan, but for your yes. Every delay, every unanswered prayer, every closed door was training your hearing. You thought I was silent, but I was fine-tuning your ability to hear this call clearly. Oh, Child, let me draw back the curtain on the mystery you've been sitting in. That season of stillness you thought was my silence, that valley you wandered, echoing prayers that seemed to vanish into the air, that series of closed doors and haunted dreams, none of it was accidental. Not a second of it was wasted. I know it felt like I wasn't listening. I know it hurt to hope and hear nothing. But what you didn't see, what you couldn't see, was that behind the quiet was construction. Behind the delay was development. I wasn't withholding answers. I was reshaping your ears. Because what I am saying now required a level of discernment that only disappointment could sharpen. You see, your spiritual ears weren't broken. They were cluttered. Cluttered by timelines you created. Cluttered by voices that mimicked mine. Cluttered by noise that numbed you to nuance. I didn't abandon you, I detoxed you. I weaned you from dependency on constant confirmation, so that when my true voice came again, it wouldn't have to compete. And now that your hearing has been refined by waiting, now that your soul has been recalibrated in silence, I speak. And when I speak now, you know. You don't need 10 signs. You don't need another prophetic word to validate what you already feel stirring in your bones. This call is coming through clearly because you have been trained by the quiet. Even the unanswered prayers served a holy purpose. Every no wasn't rejection, it was redirection. Every door that refused to open wasn't punishment, it was preservation. Because had I answered prematurely, had I opened what you weren't ready to carry, it would have crushed you under the weight of misunderstanding. I didn't withhold, I waited. I waited until your ears were strong enough to hear what your heart was too raw to receive back then. Now your ears are tuned not just to words, but to weight. You can discern my whisper from the wind. You can sense my spirit's movement in the absence of applause. You are no longer moved by volume. You are moved by vibration. And that is why this call hits differently. Because you are finally ready to hear me the way I have always wanted to speak to you. So child, don't resent the delay. Don't curse the unanswered seasons. They were your classroom, and you passed the test. You passed by not giving up. You passed by showing up in prayer, even when I felt far. You passed by continuing to believe when nothing around you looked like breakthrough. And now that faith has formed ears that hear me clearly, that surrender has sharpened your reception, that long obedience in the same direction has brought you to this moment. So listen now, not with regret, but with reverence. Because the silence was never a void. It was the voice of heaven adjusting your frequency. And now that the frequency is clear, the call has come through, and it is for you. My voice does not come with background noise. I come with stillness that splits the soul from the spirit and reveals the root of your weariness. My beloved child, let me speak now into the depth of your weariness, the weariness you have learned to carry so well. Others think it is just part of your personality. You have been moving, serving, showing up. But underneath it all, your soul has been aching. Not because you are lazy, not because you lack faith, but because you have been trying to interpret spiritual signals in the middle of emotional noise. You have tried to hear me while shouldering the weight of everyone's expectations. You have tried to discern my voice while drowning in the inner commentary of your own self-doubt. And I say this not with condemnation, but with compassion. That is why you have been exhausted. Not because you are broken, but because you have been trying to hear me through frequencies I never assigned to you. You see, My voice is not found in the chaos. I don't compete with the noise. I don't raise my tone to shout over your distractions. I whisper where you must become still. I require quiet not to be mysterious, but because what I speak is surgical. I don't just inspire, I divide. My voice, when truly heard, doesn't float through your ears like encouragement. It enters like a sword, cutting through what is flesh and what is spirit, discerning what is performance and what is purpose, separating what is self-preservation from what is divinely assigned. And that is why many miss me. Not because I am absent, but because my voice is unmistakable in the stillness, yet easy to ignore in the storm. Child, you have mistaken the absence of volume for the absence of presence. But I tell you the truth, the quieter the moment, the closer I am. Let me take you deeper. Your weariness hasn't only been physical. It has been spiritual fatigue, a soul stretched thin by unresolved questions, by cycles of striving, by trying to do everything right and still feeling like you are falling short. And now, in this moment, I step in, not to criticize your exhaustion, but to uncover its root. Your soul doesn't need more productivity. It needs presence. Your spirit doesn't need more information. It needs revelation. And my voice is the only sound that carries both rest and fire. It comforts and confronts, it heals and haunts. So I am calling you now, not just to hear me, but to be still enough for me to cut through the clutter and restore your true center. That weariness is not a life sentence. It is a signal that your soul is ready to be recalibrated in my stillness. So, pause, turn down the noise, silence the distractions, because in this moment you don't need more noise, you need my voice. And my voice comes wrapped in stillness, thick with glory. You won't hear it if you keep moving at the speed of survival. You will catch it when your spirit leans into the hush where heaven lives. This is where I am calling you. This is why the external volume has been forced to quiet. Because I am about to speak something so exact, so personal, so powerful, that it must come in a whisper. Because only whispers reach the soul, and only the soul can carry what I am about to deposit. So rest your spirit now. Come out of the noise. The stillness isn't a void, it is a visitation. And in that holy hush, you will hear me again, clearer, deeper, stronger than ever before. You are not crazy. You are not overly emotional. You are spiritually sensitive. And that is why you are hearing this divine ring when others don't even feel the shift. Child, I see how you have questioned yourself lately, how you have wondered, why do I feel things so deeply? Why does it hit me harder than everyone else? You have asked if you are too intense, too emotional, too much. And the answer I give you now is one that comes not to pacify your fears, but to proclaim your truth. You are not crazy. You are spiritually sensitive. You aren't broken. You are awake. You aren't overreacting. You are responding to frequencies others can't even detect. And that sensitivity is not your weakness. It is your weapon. That stirring you feel, that sense that something is shifting in the unseen, that isn't your imagination. It is your intercession responding to the vibrations of heaven. Others might walk through the same day and feel nothing, but you are tuned differently. I placed a prophetic antenna inside your spirit, one that picks up movements others miss, one that feels the tremors before the quake. That is why you feel burdened at random moments, why your heart aches without warning, why you feel tears rise when you can't explain the reason. It is because you are picking up signals straight from the spirit realm, You are hearing the call others ignore. Don't you dare diminish that gift. Don't you dare apologize for your depth. Don't you dare silence the ringing just because others don't hear it. You were built to discern what is coming before it arrives. You were built to respond to what heaven is releasing before the world recognizes it. And yes, it has cost you. Sensitivity often feels like isolation. You felt like an alien in familiar places, misunderstood, misread, mislabeled, even by those closest to you. But I tell you now, child, that is because you have been set apart. You aren't emotionally erratic. You are prophetically awakened. You aren't weak. You are wired for war in the unseen realm. And this call you are hearing now, it is the confirmation your spirit has been aching for. You didn't make this up. You didn't invent this pull. You have been catching echoes of this call in your dreams, in your tears, in your sudden bursts of holy unrest. And I am telling you now, you were right to feel it. It was real. It was me. It is me. No more second-guessing the weight you carry. That sensitivity is proof of your assignment. That holy discomfort is the sound of heaven stretching your spirit for greater capacity. You are not emotionally unstable. You are prophetically awakened. And now I release you from the fear of being too much. You are not too much. You are exactly enough for what I have called you to. Your ability to hear me in this way is not a burden. It is a sacred trust. So lean in. Don't deny the ring just because others don't hear it. You were built for this sound. Your spirit knows this frequency. And this call is not for everyone. It is for the sensitive. It is for the set apart. And that is you, beloved. That has always been you. Your obedience has triggered movement in realms you cannot yet see. Just because nothing looks different doesn't mean nothing is changing. Heaven is in motion. My child, listen carefully. What you obeyed in silence has not gone unnoticed in the spirit realm. What you did without fanfare, without applause, without external reward, those acts of quiet obedience have set into motion things far beyond what your eyes can currently perceive. You think you have just been surviving. You think your faith has barely scraped by. But in the places where you chose to trust me instead of turn away, where you chose to stay when leaving would have been easier, where you gave me your yes even when your heart was broken, I tell you now, that was warfare. That was not just surrender. That was activation. And though your world still looks the same on the surface, the undercurrent of heaven has already begun to shift. There are angels that move at the sound of obedience. There are doors that unlock not with force, but with the fragrance of a yielded heart. And yours, child, has been fragrant to me. When you obeyed me with trembling hands, you shifted atmospheres. When you forgave the one who didn't apologize, you invited my justice to step in. When you gave generously out of lack, you triggered a harvest too large for your mind to measure. I know it hasn't shown up in your bank account yet. I know the healing hasn't hit your body fully yet. I know you haven't seen the contract, the miracle, the breakthrough yet. But I tell you now with the full weight of my voice, heaven is already in motion. You must understand how obedience functions in the kingdom. It is not transactional. It is transformational. It doesn't just earn rewards. It opens portals. And your obedience has opened something sacred. Even now, as you read this, there are alignments being formed, approvals being signed, assignments being released that are tied directly to the yes you whispered when no one else was watching. The earth may not have recognized your obedience, but heaven documented it, and heaven has begun to respond. I have commissioned angels to carry the response of your surrender. I dispatched answers that have been delayed, not because of denial, but because of divine timing. And now your obedience has synchronized with my calendar. Watch what happens next. So don't look around for instant proof. Listen for my whisper. Feel the shift in your spirit. Your peace is not a delusion, it is a signal. Your sudden tears are not weakness. They are confirmation. Something is breaking open, even if it is invisible right now. Trust me, the obedience you offered without results is about to become the obedience that rewrites your reality. Because you moved, heaven is moving. Because you said yes, angels were activated. Because you obeyed, the process has now become pregnant with manifestation. You don't need to push it to happen. Just stay surrendered. The movement has begun, and nothing will stop what I have already started. Move in faith. Now, stand, if you can, and declare, "Here I am. Send me." Let that be your posture today. Small action, big shift. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. Your name has been spoken in rooms you have never entered. Your obedience in private has built a reputation in the courts of heaven. My beloved, come closer now. I want to reveal something that has been hidden from your view, but never hidden from mine. You have no idea how much weight your name carries in places you have never seen. You think of yourself as small, forgotten, behind. But I say to you, your name has become a sound of obedience in the halls of heaven. Your worship when it hurt, your consistency when no one thanked you, your prayers when no one knew you were praying. These things have echoed, and I have carried the sound of your surrender straight into places of divine counsel. You are known not by popularity, but by spiritual reputation. You are known because your heart is not loud, but loyal. And loyalty in private always speaks louder than a platform in public. Let me be clear. I have spoken your name in rooms of favor. I have brought you up in divine conversations that you didn't even know were happening. When you stayed silent instead of defending yourself, I became your advocate. When you honored others in secret, I prepared honor for you in spaces you haven't even stepped into yet. Your name is not forgotten. It is favored. And what is coming to you next is not random. It is the result of a well-known faithfulness. I have sent your name ahead of you like a forerunner. It has been whispered by angels. It has been marked by heaven. And now I am about to align your footsteps with the places your spirit has already entered in the unseen. I want you to let this truth soak deeply into your spirit. Heaven knows you. You are not anonymous in the kingdom. Your faith has built legacy. Your endurance has built credibility. I have watched your tears become seeds. I have seen your posture of humility in rooms where pride reigned. And I have said to my angels, this one I trust them. That is what this moment is about. Not reward for performance, but promotion by trust. Because I can trust you to carry what is coming. I can trust you to walk into new territory without losing your heart. I can trust you to represent me with both power and purity. And that trust has come not through titles, but through time. Through every long night you didn't walk away. Through every slow season you didn't stop believing. Through every word I gave you that you carried like gold. So get ready. Doors are about to open. Not because you knocked, but because your name knocked before you arrived. Favor is about to find you. Not because you begged for it, but because your faith qualified you for it. You are known, you are trusted, you are spoken of in realms that override rejection on earth. Let them overlook you, let them dismiss you. Heaven hasn't. And now what was spoken about you in secret is about to manifest in the seen. This is the reward of the private life lived well. Your name has risen, and I am answering it with divine recognition. Get ready to walk into what already knows you are coming. I didn't call you to be perfect. I called you to be present. And right now, your presence in this moment is more powerful than your performance. Child, you spent so long trying to get everything right. You have measured yourself against expectations that were never mine. You have exhausted yourself trying to be enough. Enough for people, enough for your calling, enough for ministry, enough even for me. And still inside you felt the ache of inadequacy. But listen to me now with all the gravity of my love. I did not call you to be perfect. I called you to be present. Your worth is not attached to flawless execution. Your value does not rise or fall with how well you perform. Your identity is not hanging on the edge of your latest success or your last mistake. I am here for you, not for your image, for you. You keep looking for me in the places where you have achieved something, but I am not in the performance. I am in the presence. When you feel like you have nothing impressive to offer, I still delight in you. When you show up unsure, trembling, messy, and raw, I still draw near. Because I didn't design this relationship around perfection. I designed it around proximity. I called you to walk with me, not to impress me. I called you to sit with me, not to audition for love. The pressure you feel to be on, to keep everything together, to look strong, it is not for me. I do not require you to shine in order to love you. I love you in the shadows too. I love you in the process. I love you in the pause. I love you when you aren't sure what to say. I love you because you are mine, not because you are always getting it right. You keep looking for me in the places where you have achieved something, but I am not in the performance. I am in the presence. When you feel like you have nothing impressive to offer, I still delight in you. When you show up unsure, trembling, messy, and raw, I still draw near. Because I didn't design this relationship around perfection. I designed it around proximity. I called you to walk with me, not to impress me. I called you to sit with me, not to audition for love. The pressure you feel to be on, to keep everything together, to look strong, it is not from me. I do not require you to shine in order to love you. I love you in the shadows too. I love you in the process. I love you in the pause. I love you when you aren't sure what to say. I love you because you are mine, not because you are always getting it right. You have mistaken your presence in my presence as not enough. You have told yourself, I should pray better, I should worship more, I should be stronger by now. But child, can't you see? You are here. You are still coming. You are still opening your heart. You are still turning your face toward me, even when your hands are tired and your spirit feels small. And that, my beloved, is everything. The enemy wants you to think that presence is nothing unless it is dressed in perfection. But I tell you now, your presence, raw, real, weary, and willing, is a fragrance to me. I receive it like incense. I welcome it like rain on dry ground. And in this moment, your presence has drawn my response. I am here because you showed up. So exhale. Let go of the pressure to perform. You are not disappointing me. I am not critiquing your every move. I am cherishing your every glance in my direction. The call you hear isn't demanding more effort, it is inviting more intimacy. You don't have to prove your love. You just have to be here, and you are. That is the miracle. That is the breakthrough. That is what I wanted all along. Not a perfect child, just my child. And in your presence, I am pleased. In your nearness, I am moved. In this very moment, you are already enough. This isn't just a moment, it is a movement. And the call you have answered today must be echoed in others who are still drowning in silence. Will you partner with me in sending this ring of heaven into more hearts? Your giving is more than support. It is a prophetic action, a river of provision that carries my word to the weary, the wounded, the waiting. Just like Elijah was sustained by a widow's obedience, so too does this prophetic voice continue through those I move to give. I see your desire. Now I ask you to act. Use the Super Thanks membership or the links provided, and let your generosity become a trumpet that says, I helped heaven call another soul. You didn't imagine the promise. You didn't fabricate the dream. That longing in your heart was planted by me, and I intend to fulfill it. My child, I know how long you have carried that dream. How many times you have picked it up only to put it back down again when life didn't match the promise. I know how hope has both lifted and tormented you, how it has made you feel alive and also left you vulnerable to pain. You have asked yourself, did I make this up? Did I hear God wrong? Was it all just a figment of my imagination? And now I answer those questions not with a whisper but with the roar of divine truth. No, you did not imagine the promise. I gave it to you. That longing didn't originate in your mind. It was conceived in my heart and transferred to yours. I planted it, I watered it, and I will bring it to pass. The dream has felt fragile because your journey has been fierce. You have been through storms that tried to rip the seed out of your soul. You faced delays that made the promise feel like fantasy. You have walked through seasons where it seemed like everyone else's harvest came quickly, while yours lay dormant under the soil. But I was never absent. I was cultivating. I was protecting the roots. Because what I planted in you is not a shallow seasonal bloom. It is a deep-rooted legacy, a calling that won't evaporate under pressure, a promise that outlasts disappointment. Yes, the wait has been long, but I haven't changed my mind. I haven't withdrawn the word. I haven't edited the vision. I have been preparing it and preparing you. Even when you tried to let the dream die, I kept it breathing. Even when you spoke words of surrender over it, I kept speaking resurrection. Because, child, this isn't just a hope. It is a holy assignment. And what I assigned, I sustain. I know it has been heavy. I know you have questioned your own sanity, your own faith, your own timeline. But hear me now. You are not disqualified. You are not delusional. The dream you carry is divine. And just as surely as I breathed it into you, I will bring it into view. You don't need to force it. You don't need to manipulate outcomes. You just need to keep believing that I am the one who started it and I will finish it. So receive this as confirmation. The stirring you have been feeling isn't nostalgia. It is prophetic reactivation. I am breathing life back into what you thought was buried. I am reigniting vision. I am unearthing what discouragement tried to bury. And I declare this over you. The dream lives, not in fantasy, but in fulfillment. Not in theory, but in time. The time is drawing near. The moment is being arranged. And when the curtain lifts, you will say, this was worth every delay. Trust me, beloved. You didn't fabricate it. You felt it because I framed it. And what I frame, I finish. I don't need your perfection. I need your permission. I cannot partner with what you still hide, but I can multiply whatever you bring into my light. My beloved child, hear me clearly. I am not after your polished image. I am not looking for your curated spirituality. I am not asking for a filtered version of you. I want what is real. I want the raw, the weary, the unspoken places, the parts of you that you have locked in the basement of your soul, hoping even I wouldn't ask about them. I am knocking there now. I am not knocking to judge. I am knocking to heal. Because what you continue to hide, I cannot partner with. But what you bring into the light, even if it is trembling and broken, I will breathe on it until it multiplies. You see, you have been told your whole life to give me your best. But child, I want your real before I want your best. I want the tears you have wiped before they reach your cheek. I want the confession you are afraid to admit even to yourself. I want the contradiction you feel between who you know I have called you to be and who you still wrestle with behind closed doors. I can handle it. I already see it, and I am not repelled. I am ready. Ready to bring deliverance, not shame. Ready to exchange burden for blessing. Ready to anoint even the most unlikely parts of your story and turn them into instruments of glory. But you must give me permission. You must let me in, not just into your praise, but into your pain. Child, this is not a call to pretend. It is a call to expose, to invite me into the inner rooms of your heart that you have kept locked because you were afraid I would be disappointed. But I already knew. I was there when the wound happened. I was there when the lie took root. I was there when you made the decision you have regretted. And I didn't walk away then. I am certainly not walking away now. In fact, I am stepping closer. Not because I need your perfection, but because I need your presence and your permission. I want to heal what is hidden. I want to rewrite what shame distorted. I want to use what hell tried to bury. But I can only transform what you give me access to. So let me in. Let me in with honesty, with vulnerability, with trembling words that don't make sense yet, but carry the truth of your need. Let me into the spaces you have kept off limits. Bring the secret places into the light. Because the moment you do, I will meet you there with mercy. The kind that doesn't just forgive, but renames. The kind that doesn't just fix, but rebuilds. This isn't about me being disappointed. It is about you finally being delivered. And the moment you give me permission, I will take what once was hidden and make it holy. Not because it was perfect, but because it was placed into my hands. This is the moment I have been waiting for. Share and connect. If this touched you, share it with one person who needs to hear it, and type or speak, Amen, or I answer, so we can stand with you in prayer. Join the community, subscribe or become a member to keep receiving words like this. I want to speak to you about that moment, not when you had it all together, but when you were desperate enough to answer me without conditions. Do you realize how sacred that desperation is? I have not been waiting for your perfection, your confidence, or your eloquence. I have been waiting for that specific place in your spirit that finally whispers, God, I am ready, even if I do not feel ready, and I am willing, even if I do not understand everything. I waited for the moment when your heart would break open, not because I wanted to see you broken, but because I knew that only through those cracks could the seed of your destiny finally find room to be planted deep. That moment is right now. Now, Take a slow, deliberate breath and out loud if you can, say yes. Say it once. Let it land. I know exactly what this has cost you. I have watched the slow unraveling of your plans. I felt the pressure build up under the weight of your unanswered prayers. I have seen the cracks in your resolve and witnessed the secret battles you fight in the night when the world is asleep. I saw the way you cried out without words, hoping I could hear you anyway. And I did. Every groan, every heavy sigh, every clenched breath of hope was like incense to me. I did not need your eloquent prayers. I needed your wall to come down. And now, here it is. You have given me a yes that is not dressed up with certainty but is drenched in surrender. A yes that does not come from your strength, but from your yieldedness. And that, beloved, is exactly what I have been waiting for. Because your unconditional yes is what gives me full access, not just to bless you, but to build you and shape you into what the previous seasons tried to convince you that you would never become. You see, if you had answered me with your conditions attached, with your timelines in hand, or with your requirements scripted out, I would have had to wait longer because I do not bless negotiation. I bless naked surrender. The kind of trust that says, God, I trust you more than I trust my own plan, and that is what you have just offered me. That is why heaven has paused. That is why the air around you feels heavier right now. That is why your heart feels like it is burning, because this is the moment. So I speak this over you now. Because you answered without conditions, I will move without limitation. I will accelerate what felt stuck. I will open what was sealed. I will deliver what was delayed. If your spirit is saying, I'm available, put your hand on your chest and whisper, I'm available. Right now, let your body agree with your heart. I do not need your resume. I need your availability. In this very second, the surrender that just rose from your spirit has unlocked the next chapter of your calling. Do not overanalyze it or try to dress it up. Just rest in it. I was never waiting for the perfect version of you. I was waiting for the present one. And now that you have answered, I will pour out more than you imagined, because I finally have a heart that says yes without condition. The reason you could not quit even when you wanted to is because I would not let you go. My grip held you when your strength failed. That was not your willpower. That was my covenant. Child, there were nights you thought you were holding on by a thread. Days when your spirit whispered that you could not take one more disappointment. And still, you kept walking. Let me speak plainly now. You were not holding on to me. I was holding on to you. What felt like fragile faith was not a sign of your failure. It was evidence of my covenant-keeping power. When you cried in silence, I was catching every tear. When you almost walked away from it all, I tightened my grip. Not in anger, but in ferocious, unrelenting love that refuses to release what belongs to me. You have wondered why you did not walk away. The answer is simple. I would not let you. You have been measuring your progress by how strong you feel, but that has never been the standard. My kingdom is built on surrender, not strength. When your knees buckled, when your hope faded, and when your prayers grew quiet, I didn't flinch. I didn't withdraw. I leaned in closer because I am not intimidated by your weakness. I am drawn to it. My strength is perfected there. That is exactly where I have been meeting you. When you reached the end of yourself, you stepped into the fullness of me. So do not despise those moments when you feel like you are falling apart. That is not your undoing. That is where I step in and remind your spirit what covenant feels like. Let me say this again, with the fullness of my love burning through every word. You are still here because I have not let you go. I was in the middle of the breakdowns. I was sitting beside you when you stared at the wall, feeling numb. I was the whisper that made no sense at the time. The peace that didn't match the pain. I have been threading grace into your journey even when you didn't recognize it. That resilience you think you barely possess is actually the echo of my unrelenting pursuit of you. I refuse to let you drift too far. I sent words, people, moments, and divine interruptions to yank you back from the edge. That was me. That was always me. So now, let this truth settle deep in your bones. You are not held together by discipline alone. You are held by divine hands that do not let go. The covenant I made with you isn't based on your perfection. It's based on my promise. I don't walk away when you stumble. I don't withdraw when you doubt. I remain, and I will remain until your tears turn to dancing, until your groans turn to songs, and until your calling stands in full bloom. You have made it this far because you have been carried, and I will keep carrying you, not because you are strong, but because you are mine. And I never let go of what is mine. Now is the moment. The call is not just to comfort you, it is to commission you. This is not the end of something. It is the release into everything I promised. Feel the gravity of what is happening. You have been asking for answers, for peace, and for confirmation, and I have given you all three. But what I am doing now goes far beyond reassurance. This isn't just comfort. It is a commission. I didn't call you just to soothe your spirit. I called you to send you out with power because the healing you have received is about to become the oil you pour on others. The clarity I have released is about to become the lens you hand to the next weary soul. What I have done in you privately, I am now about to reveal publicly. That is why the call has come through so loudly today. You've been waiting for some divine sign that the season has shifted. Here it is. Not wrapped in thunder, but in revelation. Not announced by trumpets, but by the trembling of your spirit that knows something is being released. I am not calling you to wait anymore. I am calling you to walk, to step out into what you feared, and to stand up in what you have been preparing for all along. The door is not just opened, it has been thrown wide. I am standing in the threshold, extending my hand to say, let's go now. No more delay, no more circling, no more talking yourself out of what you were born to do. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. The time has come. You have been faithful with the little. You have endured the hiddenness. You have stewarded the wilderness. And now, child, I release you not just into activity, but into anointing. Not just into visibility, but into authority. You don't need the perfect conditions. You don't need another prophetic word to confirm what I have already sealed. You just need to move. If you can, stand up now, even if just for a moment, and declare, I will go. Let your body consent to what your spirit has already said. The call that came from heaven wasn't just an invitation, it was a commissioning moment. You have been marked, you have been molded, and now you are being mobilized. I have not wasted your waiting. I have not overlooked your obedience, and now I will not delay your destiny. So stand up, breathe in, This is it. This is not the end of your story. It is the unfolding of every page I wrote before you ever took your first breath. I declare now that the call has been made, the answer has been received, and heaven has begun the release. Watch what happens next. Watch how favor follows your faith. Watch how quickly what you once longed for becomes what you now live in. Because the waiting has broken and the commissioning has begun. Go now, beloved. The call has come and you have answered it well. You didn't just hear the call, you answered it. And now I am asking you to become a conduit through which my voice reaches even further. This isn't about funding, it's about fueling fire. Every act of support keeps the sound of my call echoing across nations, into households, and into the hearts of those barely holding on. You are not just giving, you are building altars. You are planting seed into ground that produces harvests of healing and deliverance. Whoever sows generously will also reap generously. I bless every gift with favor, protection, and multiplied return. If this message stirred you, be part of this now. Support the mission through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal in the description. Be part of this divine movement today. As you give, don't miss what is happening in the unseen. Heaven is moving, and in that movement, a new word is forming for you. Because while you have helped send my message to others, I am not done speaking to your own heart. The same fire that compels you to give now draws you into deeper intimacy with me. Quiet the noise around you for a moment, for what comes next isn't instruction. It is encounter. This is where the voice that once called through you begins to call to you. My child, hear me now. This is not a distant echo or a soft suggestion for you to ponder later. This is a call from heaven, active and urgent, and I need you to pick up immediately. Pause your striving, silence the clamor of your busy mind, and understand the gravity of this moment. My voice transcends all the earthly noise that attempts to consume your focus. I know the constant ringing of demands, the endless scroll of distraction, the pressure of deadlines you face at work, and the unspoken tensions that fill the quiet corners of your home. You feel the constant, short, sharp shock of urgency from the world. But this summons is rooted only in my boundless, eternal love for you, never in fear. This is not a command born of anger, but an immediate invitation from a father who misses his child. I am calling you out of the temporary, the fragile things that will eventually perish, and into the eternal purpose I have set aside just for you. That fear you feel about the future, the knot in your stomach when you think of tomorrow's challenges. That is the sound of the enemy's counsel, a subtle tool to convince you that I am not truly speaking. Reject the whispers of cynicism. This is my voice, and it is a divine summons, a priority that supersedes every single meeting, bill, or worry that currently weighs you down. I invite you to lay aside that crushing weight of earthly worry and every unnecessary burden you carry, for they are nothing but heavy loads you were never meant to bear. Look around. Everything you are currently prioritizing is fleeting. Your focus has been stolen by temporal concerns that will not matter a month from now. When I call, it is always a call to move forward. A powerful invitation to ascend to a higher plane of living. I desire a deep, intimate relationship, not just a casual acknowledgement of my existence. I am not content with you simply adhering to a list of rules. I crave communion. Pick up the call now, my beloved, because the moment is precious. This is your appointed hour. Delaying disconnection invites unnecessary spiritual weariness and hands a victory to the adversary who thrives in the gap between my call and your answer. Let this moment be your clear, bold affirmation to the universe that you will not let this opportunity for divine guidance be lost. You can conquer every obstacle that arises, but only when you tether your mind, your heart, and your decision-making to my unwavering presence. The time for harvest is upon you. Step out of the shadows and embrace the victory I have already secured. Your life will not be a monotonous drone. It will be a symphony of purpose once you commit to this immediate, transformative encounter. Share this message with one person right now. Send it, tag a friend, or drop a quick "I pick up" in the comments. Let someone else hear this call tonight. My beloved, I know the doubt that plagues you. You wonder how you can be sure it is my voice and not just your own desperate thoughts. I see your struggle for certainty in a world that shouts so loudly, a world that bombards you with 1,000 conflicting messages every hour. My voice is not the chaotic clamor you hear on the news or the panicked inner monologue of your fear. You feel the constant, deafening storm of daily life. But my truth comes as the gentle whisper within that noise. It is the profound stillness you sense when you finally sit down and take a deep breath before facing a major challenge. Listen closely to the quality of the sound. Does the thought bring you peace, or does it multiply your anxiety? Does it encourage love, patience, and integrity? Or does it tempt you toward selfishness, quick fixes, or anger at the people you cherish? You must learn to discern my truth from the enemy's subtle, sophisticated lies. My words will always align with the sacred scripture you hold dear. They will never contradict the fundamental law of love I have given you. The world screams for you to hurry, achieve, and strive, and you carry the heavy weight of that expectation, feeling like a racehorse striving with the handbrake on. But my holy voice speaks peace amidst the chaos. It is the absolute certainty, the inner calm that settles over you. Even when the circumstances around you, the unexpected bill, the harsh word from a friend, the difficult conversation you must initiate, remains stubbornly unchanged. That stillness, my child, is where the genuine holy communication begins. Cultivate that stillness now within the whirlwind of your day. Shut out the clamor of technology and the endless comparisons with others that rob you of your joy. Stop listening to those voices of defeat that tell you are not enough, that you are a failure. Those are not my words. My voice is the one that reminds you of your immense worth, your unique purpose, and the strength of steel I have placed within your spirit. You possess my supernatural love, a faith that is a wonder, and from your lips flow powerful prayers. Your very soul recognizes the unmistakable sound of its creator. Tune your heart's ear to my frequency, for in that simple act, you sever the connection to the lies that have tormented you. The time for confusion is over. I am giving you clarity and insight. You are not lost, directionless, or powerless. You simply need to pause your frantic searching and answer the call. Be still and know that I am your God. The constant pressure you feel to perform is a sign that you have placed your trust in the fleeting promises of humanity, not the steadfast word of your Almighty Father. Reclaim your focus. The stillness I call you to is not idleness. It is the deep spiritual rest you need to gain supernatural wisdom and clear direction. Stop trying to outrun your problems or solve everything through sheer willpower alone. This is your invitation to lean not on your own understanding, but to bring every question, every fear, and every seemingly insurmountable situation to my presence. I am here, ready to illuminate your path and equip you with the courage to tread upon the serpents of deceit and the scorpions of evil influence. Your faith, when partnered with my power, makes you invincible. Rise with courage and begin to listen with the intention of immediate, unwavering obedience. The world's chaos will always be present, but your heart, my sanctuary, must be filled with my peace, which truly surpasses all understanding. My precious one, the reason for this urgent summons is not merely to comfort you, though my love always does. I call you for communion, a deep, intimate, and continuous dialogue that transcends all empty ceremony and ritual. You have felt that emptiness, that sense that your spiritual life is all performance and no presence, and I am here to fill that void. The purpose of this call is radically simple. I am here to redirect your steps toward my perfect will. I know you have many dreams, beautiful aspirations, and objectives your heart brims with, but sometimes your path veers onto side roads that lead only to unnecessary weariness and frustration. I am the architect of your destiny, and I can see the whole path, while your perception is often limited to the next few steps. This call is a vital reminder of your eternal inheritance and divine identity. You are not a victim of circumstance, not a failure, and not defined by the mistakes of your past or the judgments of those around you. You are my cherished child, a royal priesthood, a living epistle read by all mankind. I call you to step fully into that identity with the courage and resolve you were created to embody. You must reject those negative thoughts and mistaken ideas that do not come from my word. I am calling you now to impart wisdom for the trials you currently face, not just next week, but right now. You are worried about how to handle the pressure at your job, the unspoken tensions in your family, and the feeling that you are constantly being overlooked. That feeling of being on the brink of despair is real. But I am here to tell you that my grace has not been severed. I will equip you with the power of my Holy Spirit, enabling you to stand firm and strong, not through aggression, but through my mighty support. I am here to fill you with a refreshing wind that will spiritually renew you, transforming you into a winner, blessed and cherished in the sight of your enemies. The ultimate purpose of this call is transformation and sanctification. I desire your freedom from all bondage that you may walk in the liberty purchased for you. Your life will not be a continuous cycle of pain and humiliation. I want to change you so profoundly that people might not even recognize the old you. You will be filled with joy, confidence, and a strong, unwavering faith. Be ready to deploy your talents for the glory of my name, for serving me is the highest purpose for your life on earth. Let your heart brim with big dreams and earnest wishes, and then trust me to fulfill them. This conversation is your gateway to achieving all the magnificent plans I have designed just for you. My child, you cannot hear the clear signal of heaven if your line is constantly busy with static and noise. You must take deliberate, immediate action to eliminate the distractions that are stealing your life and your focus. Lay aside the heavy burdens of earthly worry and debt now. That financial anxiety that keeps you awake at night is a spiritual burden. I invite you to transfer to me. The burdens of debt that weigh you down will be lifted, and every challenge that seems insurmountable will be overcome. You are not meant to live in tension and anguish. You need to silence the clamor of technology and worldly vanity. I know the allure of the endless scroll, the temptation to seek validation from the approval of others on the screen. Renounce the idols that occupy the altar of your heart, the things you prioritize and worship more than your Creator. Create a sacred space for intimate conversation with me. This space is not necessarily a building, my child. It is a dedicated time and a posture of your heart. It is the deep breath you take before you go on your knees. It is the decision to turn off the notifications and focus on my word, which is a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. Your daily conduct, the very atmosphere of your home, must reflect my heavenly standard. Do not let yourself be influenced by thoughts or ideas that are far from my word. The malice, the gossip, the complaints you entertain about those who have wronged you, those are unnecessary noises that drown out the gentle whisper of my guidance. Your precious time and energy are wasted pointing out the mistakes in others. This is simply noise, and my voice is drowned out only by your chosen noise. I know that you seek the beautiful blessing of family harmony and peace at home. The greatest way to achieve this is not through shouting or insults, but by establishing a rhythm of daily devoted time in my presence. This consistency keeps your spiritual antenna sensitive and tuned to my frequency. Step forward with assurance, knowing that I am actively at work in your home, your future, your personality, your dreams, and your plans. Trust me and let me bring my plans for you to fruition. I will shower your life with an abundance of blessings so vast and wide that you, your family, and all your descendants will revel in joy and delight. Dive into the flow of my spirit and feel secure, for I am here to lift your burdens and wash away any negative feelings that drain your energy. Your responsibility today is not to solve the impossible, but to eliminate the distractions and answer the call. Do your part, my child. Why do you hesitate? Procrastination is a subtle tool of the adversary, and it poses a great risk to your spiritual well-being. The enemy will always try to convince you that there is plenty of time or that your problems are too messy right now for a divine audience. Don't fall for this deceit. Every moment you delay answering my call is a lost opportunity for the divine guidance you desperately need for the journey ahead. As your awareness and know you have shed tears insolence due to your current situation, delaying my call invites unnecessary spiritual weariness because you try to carry burdens alone that I'm willing to bear. For you, the enemy thrives in the gap between the call and your answer, planting seeds of doubt and confusion, hoping to make you believe that your destiny is misery and bitterness. You have suffered enough. Do not allow fleeting pleasures to outweigh eternal rewards. Do not invest all your resources, your time, energy, and hope in what will eventually perish. The cost of delay is not just a missed blessing, it is prolonged, unnecessary suffering. The moments you lose are opportunities for me to illuminate the next step. When you rush forward without my counsel, you often stumble, acting impulsively and making decisions rooted in fear rather than faith. I desire to reveal my plans to you in your dreams and visions. But you must create the sacred space and a posture of readiness to receive them. The time for harvest is upon you. Do not miss your appointed hour. Your faith has been tried and tested, and it has emerged stronger, like gold refined by fire. Now is the time to gather the rewards of your perseverance, not to linger in idleness and allow doubt to wither your faith. Reject the whispers of cynicism that attempt to convince you I am not truly speaking. The devil's primary goal is to steal the blessings I have placed upon you. Wake up joyful and strong, ready to get through anything calmly, knowing I will not let you face anything too hard to handle. Make it your mission to look for me morning and night, for I will handle everything for you, filling your life to the brim with good things and blessings. Do not let the poison of doubt linger in your spirit. Ask me to increase your faith. I delight in your requests. The true cost of delay is a life lived below the majesty I have prepared for you. Your life will be a beautiful tapestry of light, love, and abundance, but only when you stop fighting the current and dive into the flow of my spirit. The time for your liberation has come. Trust me with your goals and dreams, for I will ignite your faith and bring everything you have dreamed of to fruition. My child, you have taken the first steps, silencing the world's frantic noise to hear my urgent summons. But to pause now, on the very threshold of transformation, would be to forfeit the peace I am poised to pour out upon you. Do not let the adversary steal this precious time. It would grieve my spirit to see you turn back to the desert of distraction when the spring of living water is already before your lips. Press onward, beloved one. Your breakthrough is not a distant echo. It is secured by your commitment in this very moment. My beloved child, when you answer this call, you must know and believe this fundamental truth. I am instantly and completely present. There is no dialing delay, no poor connection, and no waiting in line when you connect with heaven. Your trust in me is the key that unlocks the door to wonders. I am here right now, closer than the whisper of your heartbeat. You feel that warmth, that sudden sense of peace as you read these words. That is the palpable manifestation of my love wrapping around you. I know the deep, profound loneliness you sometimes feel, the crushing sense that you are running out of strength and trying to hide your pain. You worry about who you can truly trust, especially after being betrayed or abandoned by those you cherished. I want to assure you with the unbreakable promise I have given throughout history. I will never leave you nor forsake you. This commitment is eternal and unwavering. You are not walking this difficult path alone. Do not feel unworthy. My grace covers every single shortcoming, every mistake, and every moment of doubt you have ever harbored. You cannot fool me. I see your true self, your spirit, and your heart. I am not judging your past. My son already paid the price, and I have forgotten all your errors. Let go of all hatred and desire for revenge. Leave those who have wronged you to me. I am calling you into your future, a future brimming with blessings and joy that will touch you and your family profoundly. My love, my commitment to you is the strongest signal, always clear and unbroken. You can feel it in your soul. Rest in the security of my unconditional commitment to you. My presence is your refuge and your strength. When troubles come your way, I will solve them. If you find yourself in dark places, I will be there with you. And if you are ill, I will bring you healing. For I am your healer from heaven. Stop doubting. Give me your worries, and I will bear them for you. Being my child comes with countless blessings and wonders. I am here to ensure that you are no longer trapped in a vicious cycle of pain and humiliation. Believe in my promises and remember that I am the one who upholds you. When you come to me with your heavy loads and worries, I will carry them. Hold my hand, and you will be safe, for I will rescue you and raise you up. Never doubt me. for I am the only faithful God, and I will love you eternally. Rise with courage and claim this truth. My presence is your absolute, unbreakable security. Tell me you believe. Take my hand and cling to my promises. The pain of the past shall heal, and you shall suffer no more. My beloved, know that your immediate, obedient answer to my call is not a transaction, but a key. It is the action that opens the floodgates of my divine provision. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. The moment you choose my voice over the clamor of the world, you step into an economy far grander than anything based on market trends or human striving. I know you worry constantly about your financial situation, about the bills, the debts that feel like heavy loads, and the pressure to provide for your family. I am here to tell you that the true, lasting blessings I offer are first and foremost spiritual. Peace, joy, and righteousness. When these foundations are secure, all other provisions follow naturally. I hold the keys to the wisdom and understanding you seek. I will impart upon you the necessary wisdom and offer signs to guide you, ensuring your certainty in the direction to take. You can call out to me and I will surely respond with wonders beyond your imagination. Your obedience, your simple, immediate yes to my call, unlocks paths previously unseen. Those doors you thought were firmly shut will swing wide open before you, revealing pathways you never imagined. I will open new paths for you, and everything you do in my name will be blessed. Do not underestimate the sheer overflow of my generosity. I will bestow upon you the peace, joy, and happiness you seek. Your home will be illuminated with my light at night, becoming a refuge for those in need of me. You will experience abundance and success in your endeavors with me by your side. The blessings are spiritual first, the wisdom to make sound decisions, the peace that guards your heart and mind against anxiety. But the material blessings are also sure. I will fill your heart with happiness, enrich your life, your family's life, your children, and even your grandchildren. Your heart has been a fertile ground where seeds of faith were sown. Now, with my mighty hand, I will cause those seeds you planted to grow and bear fruit in abundance. Receive my word with love and trust that I will nourish you with sweetness and the best provisions. The abundance will flow unceasingly toward you, not merely to enrich you, but to enable you to assist those in need and uplift the less fortunate. My blessings will overtake you. I will send you the sun for your mornings and the breeze for your dawn. I am here to ensure that no obligation will remain unfulfilled. Your labor, dedication, and every seed of faith you plant will grow and yield plentiful harvests. Embrace this message with joy and a grateful heart. My child, the abundance of heaven is not based on your striving, but on your faithful response to my immediate call. Walk in faith and obedience, secure in the knowledge that I am ever by your side, ready to transform your trials into triumphs. My child, this call is more than a simple check-in. It is a fresh reminder of the covenant sealed in my Son's blood. This covenant is the bedrock of your life, the unshakable foundation upon which you stand when the storms rage and the earth trembles. I am inviting you into a sacred moment, a renewal of vows. I want your deep, sincere commitment, a reaffirmation of your loyalty and dedication to my divine law of love. This is the time to speak from your heart, to give your loyalty, your time, your smile, and your thoughts. Remember the promises I have made to your lineage and to you. I have promised faithfulness, provision, healing, and that your future is brimming with happiness, purpose, and abundant blessings. You worry about your past failures, feeling the weight of guilt that the enemy constantly uses to pull you down. But this is the miracle of the covenant. It is a two-way promise. It is my unwavering faithfulness and my constant love on one side, and your simple, believing response on the other. I will never leave you alone. My promise shall stand forever. Let this moment be a rededication of your entire being. I desire a deep, intimate relationship, not just adherence to rules. I want your heart, not just your good deeds. I know you sometimes feel despondent when failures weigh heavily upon you, leading you to question the worth of your efforts. But I assure you, your struggles and sacrifices have not escaped my notice. Come to me with a sincere heart filled with repentance and truth. Your occasional mistakes do not frighten me, and I will never reject you for your sins if you turn to me. Do not return to the land of disbelief. I am calling you forward, inviting you to renew your commitment to fight until the end with your head held high. I have seen your repentant heart and your sincere intentions to continue on my path to strengthen yourself and grow. Rise and prepare yourself for the important tasks to fulfill. This is your chance to step out of the vicious cycle of pain and humiliation. Declare your belief in me, affirm your devotion, and I will shower you with blessings and gifts. I am here, ready to transform your life. I ask only for your trust, your heart, your loyalty, and your total commitment to me. Commit to me today and see how having me in your heart makes a real and powerful difference. This renewal of covenant is your pathway to living out your unique, divine, and irreplaceable purpose. My child, the journey ahead may seem daunting, filled with unexpected challenges, but you do not need to walk blindly. The beauty of answering my call is that my guidance is precise and tailored only for you. I do not give generic advice. I speak directly to the pressures you face at your job, the tensions within your family, and the quiet struggles in your mind. I am here to illuminate the next step. You do not need to see the whole path, my beloved. You only need to trust me with the light for the very next footfall. My voice is literally a lamp unto your feet and a light unto your path. It is a practical, immediate source of light in the confusing darkness of this world. When you face an obstacle that feels insurmountable, pause, converse with me, and I shall illuminate your path, enabling you to make the right decision. I will impart upon you the necessary wisdom and offer signs to guide you. Follow my commands, for they are not heavy loads, but directives that lead you directly to the abundant life I have promised. My teachings are the key to a life full of joy and countless blessings. I urge you, my child, do not turn to human wisdom when divine wisdom is offered. When you lean on your own understanding or succumb to the advice of those who do not honor me, you are effectively turning off my lamp, leaving yourself in the dark. I will not permit anyone to draw you away from my love. Neither sword nor famine, illness nor conflict, danger nor distress can separate you from it. The path of righteousness is the safest route to your destiny. It is the foundation for all your material and spiritual blessings. Step forward fearlessly and walk with confidence. I will give you the wisdom to fight so that no emotion of defeat will ever dominate you again. Keep advancing and maintain your faith strong and your commitment firm. I will be with you all day, every day, even as you sleep. watching over you. You are strong and brave, and the path of righteousness you are called to is one of victory and unwavering confidence. Hold on to my promises firmly. Let my words be the first to stir your heart and set the tone for your day. Choose joy in every circumstance, and let no bad news or worries erase the beautiful smile that graces your face. Trust in my wisdom, my child, and watch as your dreams and plans thrive, because only I can see and determine your future. Let us return to the persistent problem of distraction, for it is the single greatest threat to the clarity of my call in your life. The burdens you carry are so heavy, and I see you struggling under the weight of earthly worry and debt. That constant concern over provision and security is a direct attack on your peace, and it steals your focus from the eternal promise I have given you. Lay aside those heavy burdens now. You are not meant to be compelled by fear to make poor choices. You have paid a high price for your mistakes and for carrying the burdens of others. But the time for suffering is over. I am lifting your burdens and washing away any negative feelings that drain your energy. Stop fighting the current or relying solely on your strength. Dive into the flow of my spirit and feel secure. You must silence the clamor of technology and worldly vanity that constantly shouts for your attention. I know the temptation to seek validation, to keep comparing your life to the seemingly perfect lives of others on the screen. Renounce the idols that occupy the altar of your heart, the things you love, serve, and rely on more than me. Do not entrust your heart to those who may abandon you, nor give your future to those who, after giving them everything, stop loving you. This is the noise that drowns out my voice. Create as a cred space for intimate conversation with me. I am calling you to bow down on your knees and turn your heart back to my words. Commit yourself to this simple act of surrender where you lay down your fears and burdens before me. This moment is your refuge and your strength. I want to free you from the anxieties that plague your life. So do not cling to those fears or hide them away. I invite you to cease leaning on humanity and place all your faith and hope in me. Only I can revive what was dead and make a way where there seems to be none. Look forward to the bright future I have planned for you. I will fill you with joy and purpose. Do not let yourself be influenced by thoughts or ideas that are far from my word. Your commitment to me is the greatest shield against the poison of distraction. Fill yourself with joy, my child. Lift your countenance and revel in the goodness you shall receive, for I, your God, have decreed it. You have surrendered your burdens, my child, and renewed your sacred covenant. To close your ears to my voice now, after I have promised the strength of steel for your battles, would not only disappoint you, but it would diminish the divine work I am performing in your soul. I know the weariness in your spirit, but this journey is for the courageous souls I've prepared for victory. Do not let your past fears undo the eternal love and guidance I am actively weaving into your destiny. Continue, my warrior, for your faith is proven in your persistence. You have answered my call, my beloved, clearing the static of distraction to hear my truth. Now I extend a first-person trigger line. You are ready to receive, and I invite you to sow a seed of the provision you have just unlocked. The message you are hearing is a river of living water flowing out to a world that is parched and in despair. I invite you to deploy your talents and resources now, for every gift is the oil that keeps the lamp of this ministry brightly lit, ensuring this call from heaven reaches the lost souls I cherish. Give, and it will be given to you, a good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and running over, I declare multiplication upon your offering and promise my supernatural protection over your home and lineage. Move swiftly, my child. Support this mission with super thanks, membership, or PayPal now and claim the victory of the shared harvest. My beloved, let us be utterly honest about the true price of waiting, the cost of delaying your full response to this urgent call from heaven. You think you are saving time or avoiding confrontation, but I tell you, procrastination is a subtle tool of the adversary that works silently to steal your life. You are losing more than a few minutes. You are losing opportunities for the divine guidance that would transform your reality. Delaying my call invites unnecessary spiritual weariness. You are trying to manage impossible situations, the pressure, the loneliness, the fear of the future, with dwindling human strength. I see you are tired, on the verge of despair, feeling you can't go on, but my grace has not been severed for you. You know you can trust me and place all your needs in my hands. Do your part. The moments you lose are opportunities for divine guidance. I am here to break down any evil force, heal every ailment, and cut through all chains of sorrow and lack. Yet, when you delay, you leave the door open for the enemy who thrives in the gap between my call and your answer. He knows your potential, and he is returning to cause trouble and rob you of your peace. If you allow them to disturb your rest, you will be beset by anxiety once again. Do not allow fleeting pleasures to outweigh eternal rewards. Do not covet the seeming prosperity of the wicked, for their riches are fleeting. Focus on what is essential. Love me. Seek me with all your might, for I am your provider. The time for harvest is now. Do not miss your appointed hour. Your life and your family will continue to suffer as long as you remain trapped in a vicious cycle of pain and humiliation. You do not deserve such suffering. Rise and move forward, my child. Your spirit is no longer weak or discouraged. You possess the courage to face any giant that dares to challenge you. The cost of delaying is too high. It is the forfeiture of the abundant, peaceful, and glorious life I have prepared for you. Break those bonds that restrain you, for you are fortified with the courage my voice instills in your soul. Trust me. Hold on to my promises tight, and you will be safe. The time is near to reap what you've sown. Live your life in light of my imminent return. My precious one, the sound of my voice in your heart is not just an assurance of your salvation. It is a profound activation. The call often includes a sacred assignment for my kingdom work. I haven't saved you merely to sit idly in the waiting. I have transformed you to serve. You feel the constant heavy expectation to be useful in this world. And I tell you now, the highest purpose for your life on earth is serving me. I see the unique gifts and talents I have bestowed upon you. The capacity for empathy, the resilience you develop through hardship, the wisdom gained from past struggles. These are not yours alone. They are resources for my cosmic plan. You are uniquely gifted and needed in this very moment in your community and in your family. Stop comparing your abilities to those around you. You are a magnificent example of beauty and value in my eyes, and nothing and no one can change that. I will reveal the specific task and equip you for its completion. This might be as grand as speaking my truth to a multitude, or as simple yet profound as showing kindness to a difficult neighbor or bringing peace to a troubled home. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. You will not walk blindly. my Spirit dwells within you, guiding you to venture into new territories and conquer any problem or obstacle. Be ready to deploy your talents for the glory of my name. This means moving beyond fear and doubt, letting go of all anger, pride, and fear. Do not let fear take hold or doubts muddle your thoughts. I am here to give you strength and stability to uplift your spirit and light up your faith. Your obedience and service is the ultimate sign that you have indeed heard the King's voice. I will equip you with the courage and ability to accomplish great things, to grow in wisdom, to overcome obstacles, to defeat armies, and to conquer giants. The enemy seeks to trap your mind and convince you that you are a failure. Reject the notion of defeat and step into the power of my Holy Spirit. Your life is the living epistle read by all mankind. Let your obedience be immediate, radical, and unwavering, reflecting my heavenly standard. Serving me is the only work that yields eternal and great rewards. You are meant to soar, not to retreat. Your life will transform into a magnificent tapestry of light, love, and abundance. Go forth and never forget that you are cherished. Keep pushing ahead, my child. Aim for the prize, the high calling I've set before you. Step forward with assurance, knowing I'm here with open arms to welcome you. Embrace the liberty that my Son has purchased for you. I will bless you so evidently that everyone will recognize that I am the Lord, the giver of all good things. You must prepare for this new life that is coming. You must accept with temperance and humility all the blessings that come your way. Your purpose will be fulfilled, even if you don't see or understand it right now. My child, I understand that human nature craves physical proof, the comforting certainty of what the eye can see and the hand can touch. Yet I tell you now, my plans are often beyond the scope of human sight. You worry about the how, the logistics of your future, the path to resolving that deep financial challenge, or the healing you crave for your loved one. You are struggling to trust my wisdom because the instructions I whisper in your heart seem illogical, sometimes even foolish when compared to the world's counsel. Trust my wisdom, even when the instructions seem illogical. When I call you to step out of a toxic environment, to forgive someone who deeply wronged you, or to hold your peace when you long to argue, that is the moment when faith is required. Faith is the currency of the kingdom, not physical proof. The depth of your faith is not proven when everything is easy, but in the immediate, brave, and sometimes terrifying yes to my call, especially when you cannot see the net beneath you. The greatest testament of love you can show me is your unwavering trust. Lean not on your own understanding, my beloved. Your perception is limited to the immediate moment. I see the end from the beginning. I am orchestrating everything in your favor, weaving miracles into your existence. Right now, you might not grasp the full extent of my plan for you. But trust me, it's a plan filled with love and hope. You will not be shattered anymore. For my wish is to see you thrive and be bountiful. You have the power to command the chaos to calm, and it will listen to you. Embrace my truth with sincerity. You possess a formidable force that will steer you towards brightness even on the darkest days. My guidance will strengthen your spirit so you can stand tall, feeling like a winner, blessed and cherished. I am asking you to walk by faith, not by the fickle sight of man. The world relies on logic, but I work with the impossible. You might be feeling uncertain right now, but I promise you what I'm about to do in your life will clear away any doubts. Just believe and I will bring it to pass. Trust in me with all your heart, not in your own understanding. Do not let the poison of doubt linger in your spirit. Your commitment to me, your unshakable faith and loyalty, these are the treasures that will bring you a true spiritual reward. Believe in me, and you will see the amazing ways my promises come to life in your world. My cherished child, I see the wounds you carry, the scars hidden deep within your soul, the parts of your spirit you believe are beyond repair. This call is a healing balm to every wounded part of your spirit. I know the harsh experiences, the hurtful memories, the betrayal, and the cruelty you have felt. I too know the sting of betrayal, the pain of being forsaken by those you trusted. I am here to mend the broken pieces of your heart and soul. You've come to understand that your heart is safest when entrusted to me. Release the pain of the past into my comforting hands. I am removing those fears that lurk in the corners of your past, lifting the weight of your sins and the painful memories. I am erasing them from your mind. I want to remind you that I make all things new, including the areas you deem irreparable: your physical body, your emotional life, your relationships. Nothing is too broken for my touch. My voice carries the power of resurrection and restoration. I will heal your soul and return the peace that has eluded you. I will cleanse your soul and fill you once more with my word. Receive complete health from head to toe. I will turn your sorrow into joy, your regret into peace, and your guilt into hope. Let my love flow into the deepest cracks of your being. This love is vast and deep, more than you can grasp right now. Embrace it fully today. I will fill you with my peace and wisdom, wrap you in my everlasting love, and shower every aspect of your life with my blessings. I am here to ensure that you are no longer trapped in a vicious cycle of pain and humiliation. Do not carry the weight of guilt. My son already paid the price. You are clean and forgiven now. You just have to accept it. Let the answering of the call be a moment of genuine sorrow for sin, but also of radical acceptance of my forgiveness, which is complete and immediate. I will never abandon you. Return to your first love with a clean and contrite heart. My arms are open, always waiting for your return. I am here to make your spirit robust and unyielding. My child, you are not called to live your life in isolation. I call you to rise above your personal worries and look upon the world with my eyes. I am also calling you to pray for the lost and the suffering world. I see the turmoil, the conflict, the hopelessness, and the pain of others who have not yet heard my clear call. Your voice, united with mine, is a spiritual force of change. Your fervent prayers and sincere devotion are precious to me. Intercede for your family, your community, and your leaders. Pray for those in your family who are resistant to change in their actions, words, and faith. I am working on their hearts. I am actively working in the lives of those you love. Do not underestimate the power of persistent prayer. Those nights you spent awake in prayer, every tear you shed for their well-being, they reach my throne and they are not in vain. Your prayers are like beautiful songs to me. You are my representative on earth. Lift up the needy. Be ready to assist those in need and uplift the less fortunate. I desire for you to be a beacon of love and forgiveness. The kingdom advances on the knees of my faithful children. When you pray, my armies will come. Your intercession for others is the surest way to secure your own blessings. When you are lifting up the suffering world, you are taking your eyes off your own problems, and in that act of selfless love, you take you over your burdens completely. Be ready to deploy your talents to share the truth of my gospel. Your active faith makes me happy. You must pray without ceasing. I will answer your prayers when you approach me with the utmost sincerity in your heart. Go out and gather. Be a living testimony of my work within you. Dive into these waters and let them clear away the sadness from your mind. Your prayers filled with faith are precious too. I will answer you, showing you great and marvelous things. Your life will be filled to the brim with good things and blessings. Let this call be the start of a deep commitment to intercession, my child. For your voice is powerful in my ears. Live as one who has heard the King's voice. You stand a mighty vessel, cleansed and prepared for service and intercession. The greatest loss would be to withhold the light I have ignited within you from a world that is stumbling in deep darkness. Do not retreat into the shadows of doubt. Now you have been called to be a shining light and a beacon of hope. If you stop now, who will speak life to the desolate places? Honor my trust in your unique purpose. Listen deeply and rise to claim the authority I have vested in your name. My beloved, this urgent call is a constant, vital reminder of the life that is to come. You feel the pressure to succeed, to accumulate, to prove your worth through material possessions in this temporary world. But I tell you, do not invest all your resources in what will eventually perish. Earthly possessions are fleeting. You brought nothing into this world, and you will take nothing with you. The eternal perspective changes your choices today. You worry about your job, your debt, the security of your future. But I am offering you an inheritance that can never be lost, stolen, or diminished. Your greatest investment is in the eternal. I call you to store up treasures in heaven where they are safe, treasures like the love and affection you sow in those who love you, the faith you share, and the help you extend to those in need. My call prepares you for your final glorious meeting with me. Every moment of obedience, every act of selflessness, every time you choose my wisdom over worldly logic, these are steps that lead you closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. Live your life in light of my imminent return. This awareness brings a profound peace that the world cannot give because you are no longer clinging to the temporary. The gravity of eternity anchors your soul. You are cherished and you are mine. Your future is safe and in my hands. Do not allow the world's worries to cloud your vision. Seek me first, and all these other necessary things will be added unto you. I am not calling you to poverty, but to the true abundance that flows from a life focused on the eternal. I will shower you with an abundance of blessings so vast and wide that you, your family, and all your descendants will revel in joy and delight. Do not be discouraged even in failure. There's a lesson to be learned, a chance to get back up with more courage. Remember, my promise is forever. My commitment to you is unending. Be strong and courageous. This awareness of eternity is your powerful tool against the enemy's constant pressure to keep you focused only on the now. You are a royal priesthood chosen before you were even formed in your mother's womb. Walk with the certainty and conviction that I will never let you go. My beloved, I see the poison of doubt attempting to linger in your spirit. I know that feeling of being pulled back when you try to step forward in faith, that uncertainty that creeps in when the miracle doesn't manifest on your timeline. Do not let the poison of doubt linger in your spirit. Unbelief is a filter that distorts the clarity of my message like static on a clear line. It hinders your faith and growth, and it is a subtle tool the enemy uses to keep you defeated and discouraged. The enemy is a roaring lion lurking around, hoping to lead you astray and mock your faith. His primary goal is to convince you that I am not truly speaking, that my promises are merely fantasy, or that your past is too bleak for me to forgive and restore. Reject the whispers of cynicism. Do not be swayed by the world's doubts and judgments, nor by those who scorn my word and circle endlessly searching for happiness. You must no longer listen to their voices. Ask me to increase your faith. I delight in your request. Faith is the currency of my kingdom, and I have placed within you a firm faith, so that you may not stumble or sink into quicksand. My word is truth, and my truth eradicates all uncertainty. Open your Bible. Immerse yourself in my holy word to strengthen your faith and secure your trust. The depth of your faith is proven in the immediate yes to my call, even when you can't see the next step. Stand firm against doubt. Be brave and valiant. The challenges you encounter are but temporary. Your struggles have not been in vain. I am here to invigorate your faith, to bolster your courage, and to fortify your strength. Do not lose heart or be dismayed by the trials your adversaries bring. Everything can be turned for your benefit and blessing. Rise and walk by faith. Believe that I am actively shaping your life toward complete fulfillment. Your faith, my child, has carried you to this moment. Now prepare to triumph. Do not let the poison of doubt diminish your capacity to receive the overflowing abundance I have planned for you. Kindly show your support for our community by contributing super thanks from $50 to $100. I will heal you of all ailments, and all curses, debts, and painful memories will fade away from your life. Embrace this truth and know that the power of faith lies within you. Hold fast to your faith. Trust in me with all your heart until the very end. Your steadfast trust in me during your hardest times has not gone unnoticed. My child, your answer to this call from heaven is not meant to be a private spiritual experience only. It requires a subsequent change in action and lifestyle. You have been speaking with the King of Kings, and your transformation must be evident to the world. I desire for you to thrive and embrace the life I've prepared for you. Show the world that you have been speaking with the King of Kings. Your life is the living epistle read by all mankind. Let them see my reflection in you, astonished by the transformation in your character. Let your obedience be immediate, radical, and unwavering. Do not delay or turn back to the land of disbelief. Walk the path of doing right. Don't just hear my word, but be a doer of it. Make it your mission to apply my teachings in your life. Your daily conduct must reflect my heavenly standard of kindness, love, justice, and truth. Live by showing kindness, love, justice, and truth. This is how you demonstrate the answered life, and it is what truly delights me. Let your spirit not depend on the affection and approval of people. Instead, focus on me, on my promises, and on all that I'm ready to give you. Your obedience unlocks paths unseen. I promise you prosperity in all your endeavors. Your efforts will flourish. Your labor, dedication, and every seed of faith you plant will grow and yield plentiful harvests. Avoid every behavior or addiction that leads to excessive indulgence. Avoid immorality and impurity of every kind, and let no inappropriate words, silly talk, or crude jokes come from you. Turn your back on wrongdoing. Sin only leads to hurt, turmoil, and ruin, while turning from sin opens the way to blessings, ignites hope, and renews joy. Your life will be a beacon for those in the dark. Go forth and never forget that you are cherished. Keep pushing ahead, my child. Aim for the prize, the high calling I've set before you. Step forward with assurance, knowing I'm here with open arms to welcome you. Embrace the liberty that my Son has purchased for you. I will bless you so evidently that everyone will recognize that I am the Lord, the giver of all good things. My child, you must understand that you are not called in isolation, but into my universal church, the community of believers. The journey of faith is not meant to be a solitary march. I have surrounded you with caring souls, faithful believers, and wise mentors to support you on your earthly journey. Connect with other believers who also answer my divine summons. Seek solace and companionship in your loved ones. You are part of a divine plan greater than you can comprehend. Find strength and accountability within the body of Christ. Iron sharpens iron. Mutual encouragement is vital for endurance. Do not let the world lead you astray. Surround yourself with those who build you up, who respect your space, and who honor you. Do not neglect the assembling of yourselves together. When you stand in unity with others who have answered the call, my Spirit reigns in your home and the windows of heaven open upon you. I will pour out wealth, provision, freedom, and prosperity upon all those you love. We are many members, but one body, unified by my Spirit. I desire for your home to be illuminated with my light at night, becoming a refuge for those in need of me. You will be the channel for healing to reach many people you know. Embrace those who uplift you without ulterior motives. Your faith will grow, and you'll powerfully sense the burdens lifting from your shoulders. Seek out good people who encourage and uplift you. I will bring trustworthy people into your life. Those who believe in you, who will stand by and assist you. You are a living testimony of my unrelenting love. Share this message with others. Help me spread these words so more souls might be saved. You are my representative on earth. Lift up the needy. Let your actions in my name bring blessings and peace to those around you. Keep spreading love and light in this world. Be ready, be obedient, and be a faithful steward of this message. My child, upon answering this call from heaven, you are instantly vested with the authority of my name. This is not an abstract spiritual concept. This is a practical, tangible power you are meant to use daily. You feel small, perhaps overlooked, and certainly besieged by challenges that seem larger than you, but you are more than a conqueror. You have the power to tread on scorpions and serpents. That is the power to overcome the deceitful demons and all hosts of evil influence in your life. Speak my word with boldness and confidence. My word has the power to heal your body, provide for your family, and meet all your needs. You are endowed with the power to defeat spiritual adversaries that block my plans. Use your spiritual authority to break chains and bring light. I am here to break every curse that's been placed upon your life and to clear away the darkness that has clouded your mind, heart, and spirit. I declare that my divine light now lights your way, bringing safety, joy, and contentment. Your chains are shattered. No force can bind you. Fear not, for the King of the universe is your advocate. I am your defender, wielding an abundance of joy to enrich your spirit. I will be your protector and shield when adversity strikes. You will witness your adversary fall, and those who rise against you will face defeat and disgrace. Your conversation with me empowers your mandate on earth. When you are speaking with me, the enemy cannot touch your soul. The shield of faith is activated in moments of prayerful response. I cover you with my feathers, and my truth is your buckler. Yours is safety in my immediate presence. Know that I have endowed you with a dynamic, powerful faith. I grant you the strength to conquer giants and the authority to rise each day ready to tackle life's battles. You will see the mighty power of my Holy Spirit. Proclaim your faith and dedication now, and I will intervene supernaturally in your life. Stand up, my child. You are too close to victory to falter. Now you have stepped into the divine authority I have vested in your name, my victorious child. Now, as you prepare to walk forward in this new power, I speak a first-person trigger line. I am calling you to become a pillar of this growing light that banishes the world's shadow. Do not keep this call from heaven captive. Let your support be the fire that propels this message into the nations, touching souls and breaking chains of spiritual bondage. My word is a lamp unto your feet, and every seed sown is the manna that sustains those who carry this light forth. This is your prophetic divine appointment to ensure the lost hear my urgent voice. I promise abundant blessings over your generosity and release my mighty blood as a shield against all financial worry and the enemy's snares. Witness my power, my child. Solidify your commitment through Super Thanks, membership, or PayPal, and step into the multiplication I have decreed. My child, you have answered the call, and you now feel the profound peace and power of my immediate presence. However, this must not be treated as a one-time call, but a continuous dialogue. The enemy constantly seeks to disrupt the clear signal we have established, leading you back to the chaos and confusion you just left. Maintain the habit of daily devoted time in my presence. This consistency is crucial. Begin each morning by entrusting your day into my hands, and watch as I lay a path of peace and success before you. Come and listen to me each morning. Treasure my words and hold my promises dear in your soul. Keep your spiritual antenna sensitive and tuned to my frequency. This means learning to recognize my voice in the gentle whispers and separating it from the world's noise. Nourish your spirit with my word to keep the line clear. Embrace this new life where your dreams will start to materialize. The depth of our relationship is sustained by consistency. When rest eludes you, as you wrestle with concerns I have already taken into my care, I desire for you to find peace in my promises. Seek me whenever past sorrows invade your thoughts or when despair seeks to take hold. I long for constant fellowship with my children. Find me in the quiet of the morning. Dedicate a time when the world is still and bring me your heart's cries. I will always be there to answer every prayer you utter. Do not turn back. Press onward. Believe that I am actively shaping your life toward complete fulfillment. Your faith in me is the greatest offering you can bring. I am here to ensure that you are no longer trapped in a vicious cycle of pain and humiliation. I will guide you by the hand to the places where you are meant to thrive. Keep moving forward, my child. I go before you like a mighty giant. My cherished child, the moment you answer my urgent call, a spiritual reality was enacted that you must now claim in your physical life. Your immediate answer is your declaration of freedom from sin's grip. I know the chains you have dragged behind you, the long-held bitterness, the cycle of negative habits, the crushing weight of guilt that makes you feel perpetually unworthy. I am here to tell you that every form of addiction or chain is broken by my powerful word. I have seen you tormented by the adversary who almost made you believe you were worthless, inflicting wounds that bled your heart dry. But my love is greater than any trial you might face. I call you out of that darkness and into my marvelous light. Your sins have been erased, paid for by my precious blood. You are clean and forgiven now, and the chains of guilt and uncertainty you've been dragging around are breaking away. Walk in the liberty that my Son has purchased for you. This is your emancipation, your declaration of being truly free. Do not return to the slavery from which I have delivered you. Do not let your feelings pull you away from me, nor surrender your heart to those who hurt you. You have the inner strength and resolve to get through tough spots. Your purpose for being in this world is to embrace the life I've prepared for you. Embrace this newfound life, devoid of solitude and fear. You are incredibly blessed and have full access to my strength. I have broken every chain in your life and shattered every tie to doubt and fear. Where there was confusion, now there shall be clarity and insight. Where insecurity once dwelled, now confidence and assurance will bloom. My call is a pathway to true and lasting emancipation. I will guide you by the hand to the places where you are meant to thrive. You must stand up and march without weeping and without complaining. This year, everything that was scarce will be plentiful, and the difficulties and dark days will cease. You will no longer live in tension and anguish. I am here to break the chains holding you back. Feel my presence with you. Rest assured, I have always sought the best for you because you deserve it. My beloved, your powerful, immediate answer to this call has a profound ripple effect. It is not just about your personal peace. It is about demonstrating my reality to those who walk in darkness and despair. Your swift response becomes a powerful testimony to the unbeliever. I want them to look at your life, your sudden calm in a crisis, your peace amidst financial strain, your genuine joy, and know that something supernatural has occurred. Let them see the genuine transformation my voice brings. You are my ambassador, a bearer of the good news. Be a shining light and a beacon of hope in the darkness. Your faith-filled face and confident smile enlighten everyone around you. When people see in your smile the hope they yearn for, many who do not follow me will understand that I am real and true. Your peace, joy, and conviction are undeniable evidence of my reality. The world seeks security in systems that fail and happiness in possessions that perish. Your tranquility, therefore, is a powerful contrast. Speak of my goodness and the power of the heavenly call. Your interactions, particularly with your family, must reflect my strength and love, demonstrating to others the miracles I can perform in those who commit their hearts to me. You'll be the channel for healing to reach many people you know. Draw others to me by demonstrating the answered life. I desire to work through you, extending your hands to heal the sick and feed the hungry. Your family and friends will be astonished by the transformation in your character. They will look upon you and testify to my reality and my ability to aid them. Let your life be the living epistle read by all mankind. Your daily conduct must reflect my heavenly standard. Show them what faith looks like. You are a child of the omnipotent God, and faithfully I am with you. Therefore, none can stand against you or cause you harm. Don't just hear my word, but be a doer of it. Go out and gather the bounty, my child, for I have picked you to thrive on the land I'm giving you. Keep pushing ahead and you will see the reward for your persistence. My child, hear this truth, for it is the very foundation of this urgent call. It is my unfathomable, constant love. This is not a conversation about duty or obligation. It is about devotion. There is nothing you can do to earn or lose my perfect affection. My love for you is boundless. No matter what you've done, whether you succeeded or failed, my love for you just keeps getting bigger. I called you because I cherish you as my own beloved creation. You are my greatest treasure. I have had your name in my book since the very beginning, way before you were born. I have loved you from the start. You are the finest piece of work I've ever created, the most valuable to me. I have chosen you, and you should never doubt it. Rest in the security of my unconditional commitment to you. My love is eternal, steadfast, and unchanging. I love you deeply and wish no more pain for you. My love is the strongest signal, always clear and unbroken. It endures through every circumstance, has faith, hope, and perseverance, and never fails. My love is the fuel and the final reward of your obedience. When you move forward in faith, you are not earning my love, but simply responding to the immense affection I have already poured out. Feel the warmth of my divine embrace. Even now, I am here with open arms to welcome you. My love for you surpasses any mistake you may have made. I will never leave you alone. I am always with you. I love you eternally. I will be with you every day, no matter what. You are precious to me. You will see the mighty power of my Holy Spirit. Know that my love for you is eternal. Do not be afraid. I am right here with you, my child. We come to the conclusion of this immediate, vital conversation, but the dialogue itself must never end. The call from heaven is active and ongoing until you come home. The line is always open. You merely need to tune in. Live in the continuous state of picking up my immediate guidance. This means daily devotion, constant consciousness of my presence, and a readiness to act on the clear instructions I give you. Your daily conduct must reflect my heavenly standard. May your life be a resounding yes to the will of the Father. Walk in the authority and peace that comes from abiding in me. You are vested with my name's authority. Use your spiritual authority to break chains and bring light. You are empowered to surmount any challenge and prevail over all adversities. Be ready, be obedient, and be a faithful steward of this message. Share this profound peace and love with your family and those around you. I will not permit anyone to draw you away from my love. Neither sword nor famine, illness nor conflict, danger nor distress can separate you from it. Do not let the poison of doubt linger in your spirit. I will always be there to answer every prayer you utter. Trust in me with all your heart and not in your own understanding. I am your protector and solid ground. I have grand plans to use you as a living testament to the boundless power of your omnipotent God. Your faith is the key, unlocking the door to wonders. Go now, my child, and live as one who has heard the King's voice. Walk in my guidance. I am your shepherd. I will love you eternally. Amen. The call from heaven is resounding in your heart, my beloved, and you stand ready to live as one who has heard the King's voice. I speak this trigger line to you. I command you to seize this moment to become an active, faithful steward of the boundless blessings you have received. Your offering is not mere currency. It is the oil of sacrifice that fuels the spread of this urgent, life-changing dialogue to my other waiting children. The time for harvest is now, and you will reap a harvest of souls that have been pulled from the grip of despair by this very message. I will multiply the seed you sow and release unprecedented favor and provision upon your life. This prophetic urgency is your chance to turn your faith into immediate action. Do not delay, my champion. If you feel stirred, click Super Thanks, join as a member, or give via PayPal in the description now. Be the fuel that keeps this message burning. My child, the line is still open. You have heard my voice, and the time for passive listening is over. Now is the moment for immediate, radical, and unwavering action. Declare your yes publicly. Type "I pick up" in the comments below this message right now. Let your yes be a witness. The King's voice has sounded. Go now and testify to the answered life. Amen.